Well, I guess along with those sizzling steaks, we do have wood-fired oysters and scallops, beautiful sea bass, fresh Gulf fish and shrimp, and rich Ora King salmon. So yeah, Stab's Prime Steak and Seafood. Jefferson Highway across from Palermo Ristorante. Tell Leo that Kevin sent you. And don't forget, there ain't no cake in that crab cake. Come and see us.
At Brock, our after-hours clinic has expert medical providers ready to care for you. Walk-ins welcome, open 7 days a week, nights and weekends. It's a perfect alternative to the ER. For more information, visit brortho.com. Take a swing around the parish to one of Breck's 5 golf courses, 2 championship courses, Santa Maria and Beaver Creek, and 3 courses for the more casual golfers, the popular 18-hole Webb Park, and 2 9-hole courses, City Park and the newly renovated J.S. Clark. Breck's courses are designed to challenge every level of golfer, from beginner to pro. So come and get into the swing of things. Book your tee time online or find a course near you at golf.breck.org. That's golf.breck.org.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. on Monday, February 19th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 63. In hour 1 of today's show, we'll recap opening weekend of LSU baseball. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert. Yeah! Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome in. Monday, February 19th, 2024. We got a brand new week of OTB coming at you, and there's a lot to celebrate over the weekend. Glad to be back. Missed y'all on Friday. The team was out at the box. Looks like things went great at the box. Men's basketball getting the big win, getting it done. The All-Star breaks done and done, meaning your New Orleans Pelicans will be turning back to action soon with Draymond Green giving us some bulletin board material over the weekend. But guys, how'd it go on Friday? OTB live from the box.
Friday was good. We had Coach Johnson again, so he stopped by nice. in person, even though we had him the day before. Still great to catch up with him. We had Cade Beloso join us. We had Kendall Rogers, Rivers and Anthony. Renato, we call him Tony now. He showed up as well. So we had a great turnout.
Tony Renato sounds.
I mean, it's so good.
Yeah, it sounds like a mafia character.
Today though is a big day.
Tony Renato
here on OTB.
Tony.
Does anybody know why today would be a big day on OTB?
Yeah, because it's our 5th year anniversary or 6th year anniversary.
Okay. 3rd year anniversary.
Okay, there you go, dude. Hey, but I was right, though. It is the ante?
It is.
Look at this guy.
Today.
Huh? On top of it.
You doubled our time together. I don't know if that's good or bad. But today's 3 years for me and T-Bob here.
3 years since it became the way that since it became me and you. No way. 3 years to this day, February 19th. Shout out. What a day. Happy anniversary. I wish my body didn't even feel like it got run over by a Mack truck. I'm too old. I'm too old to be chicken fighting in the pool till the sun comes up. But yes, these are the lessons that we that,
so
that
you
we
went
have
like
to
full
learn.
Flint's birthday party type chicken fight.
Yeah. It all got very aggressive. Thankfully, I had a lot of yesterday to recover. But okay. So how were the actual? How were the actual games? How was the scene? How was the weather okay? Did it hold off? Were people there milling about? People fired up for another year in the box, set me up.
Yeah, no, they were. There was people out there, and
weather was terrible.
I was about to say the weather was awful.
Weather ended up being garbage.
But people still showed up.
Okay.
People still showed up. Yeah,
some real ones.
Even when we were there, 7 a.m. on Friday, there was already people like kind of just gathering. And then by the time we left at 10:15, there was a ton of people there on the concourse, and so it was good. I mean, the weather certainly probably held back some numbers, but they got all their games in, which is always important, and people were fired up. A lot of new championship gear was being worn. After the first day in the box,
as it should be.
Yeah.
Who stood out? Who are big performers over the weekend?
Luke Holman as advertised. I would say Mac Bingham, Stephen Milam was a beast.
Yeah, Milam. So I didn't know.
Monster is a good nickname for him, for real.
The kid's nickname.
Yeah.
Monster Milam. Yeah, are you kidding me?
The only thing I saw, just a few highlights over the weekend. I did see Bear Jones smash a home run maybe from Friday. He
had a couple.
Gigantic.
Yeah.
Looks even bigger than he did as a freshman, and he was already massive as a freshman. That bat just looks so tiny in his hands. How'd it go with Hurd? It looked like it had a strong beginning, and then maybe we kind of got away.
He got
from
touched up in an inning.
Yeah, he was great in the first two, and then at the beginning of the third, he had a rough outing. But look, outside of him, the starting pitching and really the pitching as a whole was good. Like if you would have told me going into the weekend, hey, Thatcher Hurd was your worst starter in opening weekend, I probably would have looked at you a little funny. But Luke Holman, 10 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings. Javen Coleman was great yesterday, and even the relief for the most part. Cam Johnson he struggled a little bit, but we kind of knew that was an issue coming in. Jay Johnson said, he throws hard, but he's a young guy. He still has a little bit of control issues. So that's something we kind of expected. But, I mean, outside of Hurd and Cam Johnson, everyone pretty consistent across the board.
I'm curious to see how Thatcher responds to it, though, because remember we were talking about, the character arc, how he went from, having all the hype to we kind of wrote him off to having all the hype again. And it wasn't necessarily a bad outing, but I want to see how he responds to it.
Well, and it is interesting, too, because when we talked to Jay on Thursday even, he basically talked about how consistent Hurd had been, except, and then I think he referenced one of the scrimmages over these last couple of weeks. But
it was the last scrimmage as well.
Yeah, and he's like, but you see a guy 8 times, you're going to figure him out or whatever. But that little bit of a red flag maybe coming through. So
we did get a chance to see Gage jump though, and we weren't sure because I think
what's
some
the
people
story
were
on Gage
asking.
Jump? You fed me a very good question to ask Jay Johnson about Gage Jump, and I missed it, Alondra, when we were doing the interview.
No, he looked good.
So who is Gage Jump?
He's
a transfer.
UCLA transfer. A lot like that, you heard. He's coming off of an injury. He only got 1 inning. A lot of people thought he was going to get a weekend start, but Wednesday at Johnson's kind of opening presser, he's like, look, he's still dealing with a little bit of an injury. We're going to work him back slowly. He went in there for 1 inning on Friday, but, he looked like he might have the best stuff on the entire staff. He was electric. He was firing it in there at 96 from the left side. You're not going to see that a lot. He had control of multiple pitches. He looked really good. For a guy that has supposedly not pitched in recent weeks because of injury, he looked like one of the best pitchers on the staff.
So I'll tell you this, T-Bob, real quick. Sorry, Londra, I didn't mean to cut you off, but my memory, I'll forget this. So on off campus, we had a D1 baseball guy on, and I'm asking him, and it's not an LSU show, so I'm asking him, across the country, give me a transfer that's going to be the most impactful. And he said Gage Jump. Unsolicited. I don't even know if the guy knows that my ties to LSU. He said if he's healthy, he could be the most impactful transfer that we have in college baseball this year.
Damn. There it is. Once again. So you said what? You said a record for hits yesterday against
Well, you tied
VMI.
it.
Okay, you tied it.
Yeah.
About 27 of the things. So overall, a very successful opening weekend in the box. But it wasn't just baseball having success. I don't know what I believe yesterday's game ended, but I do know what softball through yesterday. It had a couple of big-time back-to-back walk-off dubs.
So the games actually got canceled yesterday, and the late one on Saturday got canceled because of weather.
Okay. So, but the ones that they did play, they won them all, including a couple of ranked wins and the big boy, the walk-off against top 10 Oklahoma State on Saturday. So Coach Torina's squad getting it done. Mac McMahon and company hit the road to take on number 11 South Carolina, and they do what they do, right? They get down big, and then they come roaring back with threes. And the only time this is the only thing is that this time they managed to finish the fight and they come away with a massive win.
And it's the first time that they've finished one of these, like you mentioned, and like that's a lot of, the season is just getting to that point and then not being able to find the play. So to be able to find the play, to be able to finally get over the hump, like, okay, what can this unlock for this basketball team? Now, this basketball team is gained my respect because of the way that they fight. It doesn't matter how much they are down, they are going to fight to get their way back against good basketball teams as well. Like I know South Carolina got housed by Auburn on the road, but a lot of people get housed in that building. And so this was still a top 15 basketball team, and you were down double digits. I think 17 might have been the biggest lead that South Carolina had, and you find a way. You find a way, and you make the play, Taylor, that you didn't make against Florida.
Yeah, what we talked about the other day, Jake, it was LSU starts way too slow. That wasn't the case in this game. I mean, they came out and they were the aggressors early. You mentioned that they fell into that 17-point hole, but they just had a lot more confidence once they fell into that hole because they started so good and they shot well basically the entirety of the game. They had a little lull there in the middle, but my biggest thing was Jordan Wright needed to have a good game because the last 4 or 5 games he struggled a little bit. He missed the easy shot against Florida that we talked about. He's your leader. He scored the last 7 points for this basketball team, including hitting the 2 free throws at the end there. Tyrell Ward was big for this basketball team. And the issue they've had in the past is Jalen Cook's been banged up, and they haven't been able to get anything going offensively. He didn't play in this game, and you still went on the road and you beat a top 15 team. I mean, this by far most impressive win of the season.
Of the McMahon era, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This is kind of the first Siggy win for our guy, Matt McMahon, slowly but surely building this thing up, climb back up. It did seem like all Tyrell Ward does is hit big-time threes every time you're catching up in some of these games. So,
I mean, I think if we would have said, hey, after 25 games, this basketball team is going to be 13-12, 5-7 in conference play, so right at 500, I think a lot of us would probably take that considering where it was a year ago, and that's what you're trying to see. You're trying to see growth from what it was a year ago. We know the situation that Matt McMahon takes over doesn't have a player. Like the roster's like just completely clear, and so it's a complete reset. And so 13-12. Very easily, if you look at some of their losses, it could be even better. It could be a 15-16 win team. So the growth and the continued development of this team is probably where it needs to be, and maybe even over the expectation that we had of this year.
I agree, and yeah, like you said, and always fighting, always in every game, never just getting your butts kicked and then kind of laying down and taking it. So good week. Did I miss any? Have I missed any of the big sports over the weekend?
The NBA All-Star game last night, T-Bone.
It was a UFC fight Saturday.
It was a defensive battle.
Somebody scored like 200 points.
Yeah, 211 to 186.
Hell yeah. It's tight.
Defensive struggle.
The reason why that's probably not that tight is because it just ends up with a bunch of people just shooting threes the whole time and nail them because they're all incredible at shooting threes.
I saw a highlight yesterday. It was so funny. It was like Paul George was dribbling. He was about at the free throw line. He had 2 defenders in front of him. They just like stepped out of the way and he threw it off the backboard like to himself. And they just got out of the way.
No, that's how. Look, whatever. That's how the NBA. I have no problem with that in the NBA All-Star game. That's a sport that is kind of fun in that way. I think I saw something. I think it was that Dame that just pulled up directly from half court.
Yeah. For
a 3. Like, okay, yeah, no harm, no foul.
Luka tried one from like the other free throw line, and it was about 73 feet outside.
No, the only thing that while our bad news birds were sitting back there and kind of resting up and get ready for the second half of the season, I hope they heard Draymond Green talking that crap about how nobody's worried about the New Orleans Pelicans. Basically saying, yeah, it's nice that LeBron's got it figured out or whatever, because Sir Charles was trying to say that nobody wants to see the New Orleans Pelicans, right? And that, you're talking about one of the deepest teams in the entire league, and Draymond coming out with the opposite. So we're going to see Draymond. At least I hope we will. And I hope the Pelicans have a chance to prove them wrong. When do they next play? Now the game's over. A couple days?
Yeah, Wednesday, I believe.
There you go. All right. When we get back, look, we'll get to your comments. What are your biggest takeaways from the baseball weekend, basketball? Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
GEAUXTommies.com. That's GEAUXTommies.com. If you know and you trust the exterior home improvement specialist, Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding, they got you, man. Make them one of the 3 bids for your job and let them prove to you why their customers are so consistently satisfied. Why their ratings online are so incredibly high. With over 20 years of experience, you can trust Tommy's to replace your faulty windows, doors, siding, gutters. You need porch screens, patio covers installed. They got you covered there as well. GEAUXTommies.com.
Go to the website to see what we tell you about every single day. Some of the gallery of what they can do for you. Testimonials of past clients as well. They've been in this game for over 2 decades, and that's why they have Angie's Super Service Award 2016 until present time every single year in between. GoTommies.com, GoTommies.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. Getting excited. What are you two giggling about back there?
You're just taking like super long to get something out.
I know. It's because it's honestly it's because if we want to go like full.
No, we don't have
full
to.
inside baseball
you
here.
asked,
No,
but,
I had something that I wanted to. I had something that I wanted to ask you all, and it was like one of those things. Where like, oh yeah, okay, that'll be good. That's like a good like segment, right?
Well,
Normally,
even better than that was like how enthusiastic you were when you were like getting excited. You just weren't at all. You said getting excited.
Just a nice little filler word to that actually means nothing. There's no
not excited
way
at all.
Representative about how I actually feel right now. No, look, I feel sore. It gets harder and harder to hoot and soar the older that you get. Certainly, very fun.
35.
35 years old now.
Yep.
And we rented a for Saturday. All the survivors, everybody who still made it through Friday. It was only 4 of us. It was me.
How many started? 4 out of how many?
I wouldn't say you probably had like 7 or 8 on Friday, but it was
about half
maybe
of y'all.
yeah, maybe and the ones who didn't end up making it the second time around were kind of the older gentlemen, fathers, and
I was going to say the Cannon made it or no?
No, not this night too.
Dang.
But night one.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We ended up renting like a table at some club,
Okay,
which is such
dang.
a
35-years do that?
Exactly right. You want to talk about just such
chill out over there.
Such an odd experience. Because you're sitting there. I felt very much like Ricky Bobby and Talladega Nights in that when you're kind of sober, you're sitting there. It's still not like super late. It's probably like 10:30, so the place isn't like completely full yet. And I didn't know like. What are you supposed to do? Do you try to like lounge and look cool and let people come to you?
Do I fist bump?
Do I like stand up and dance and try to be like, ooh, that looks like fun. Maybe we should go over there. Or do you like sit there and lean forward and talk to each other and appear non-welcome? And I could not figure it out. So eventually I just felt, and this is what I do every time I go out. And this is actually where I spent the majority of the bachelor party weekend. When I feel uncomfortable, I just go to the dance floor. And I close my eyes and I just start to dance.
Yeah.
And I don't let anybody or anything bother me. And look, it eventually worked. The boys must have figured something out because an hour later, when I kind of opened my eyes and came back to reality, it looked like our table was popping and doing just fine.
Okay, dang.
You stood there and danced with your eyes closed for an hour?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
you've
like
never
that
seen
kid?
Party Bob. Party Bob, sober, by the way, can dance for as long as you want him to.
Well, the
Just
thing
for
about
hours
T-Bob
and
is like I
hours.
feel like he has a lot of confidence when he dances.
He does.
And if you dance with confidence, you're a good dancer.
But
like
I
everybody
also
else
gotten to
enjoys
the
it too.
point. I've also gotten to the point though where I'm so old now that every time I open my eyes, I just immediately feel insecure because all I see are young people all around me. So the whole trip, I had to spend it with my eyes closed, dancing out there.
Yeah, but if you fit in with the younger people, like that should make you feel better. Maybe
I fit in with some people on Friday night. Interestingly enough, I had gotten, I was so in my dance zone, gotten so deep in my cups there. Same type deal. We get to the bar. I see a bunch of young people all trying to talk to each other. I'm like, I don't know how to talk to
Trying to
any
get
of
some
these people.
shots.
I'm like, yeah, like everybody's just trying to talk. I'm like, what am I going to talk to these kids about, right?
Yeah.
the weather.
So I don't know. Yeah. Probably the one girl that I ended up talking to for the most time all weekend. We were just talking about gymnastics the entire time. So I was like, I love gymnastics now. It's freaking awesome, dude. It's a crazy sport. Blah blah blah. But no. So I don't know. So Friday night we're out, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to talk to anyone. So I go and I find this part inside with a nice little corner that nobody's really dancing in. So I go out and I'm dancing and eyes closed. I don't think I'm dancing with anyone. And next thing you know, one of my buddies tries to come grab me, and I looked around and I had a bunch of people dancing with me. I had a lot of men dancing with me. And I suppose that I had actually found my way into the gay side of the bar.
The gay side?
And like a moth to the flame.
It was separate.
I had broken down whatever barriers had stopped people from wanting to dance in that area. And yes, it was me and a bunch of the boys just enjoying some dancing.
I love that.
Me and the homies. My father-in-law got very freaked out when he came to find me, or I guess it would be my brother's father-in-law. When he came to find me, no, when he came to find me, and then the guy poked him in the chest and said, "Oh, don't worry, you're in exactly the right spot." And then he's a little more old school. He doesn't maybe feel too comfortable with all that, so he took off. But I kept dancing. Those are my homies. It was a very good time. I was kind of laughing about, though. I think I probably pulled the inverse of what the original goal of the bachelor party is.
Yeah, I think you did.
When you end up dancing in the gay club. But hey, that's just sometimes where life leads. I'll say this: I still felt more comfortable on that dance floor than I did sitting at that table, not knowing what to do with my hands.
Fair.
And just trying to not feel like just old.
Yeah.
Just old. That was the theme of the week, and I just felt old everywhere I went. And that's just a bad feeling.
You haven't known what to do with those little things in a long time, though.
It's just a bad feeling, dude. Bad feeling.
Yeah, that sounds awful. Until you found your way.
Yeah, you found your way. You found your people.
Yeah.
No, yeah. We eventually landed the plane somewhat. Yes, for sure.
And where was this?
Like it was in like where we actually ended up. We were in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh yeah, Fort Lauderdale, yeah.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale, which I guess is kind of by Miami or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where'd you fly into?
We were in Delray, Fort
Into
Lauderdale.
Fort
Fort Lauderdale.
Which is by Miami.
Went to some
maybe, who knows?
Outdoor club type deal. They were talking to some FAU girls, so I kept hitting them with the Lane Kiffin owl up.
Oh, I bet that was
got in. I don't know if they knew what I was talking about or not.
Probably have no idea.
Yeah.
They know Joey Freshwater. They don't know Lane Kiffin. They know Joey.
But we won them chicken fights at the price of my neck, my back, my booty, and my crack. We won those damn chicken fights.
Well played.
Bro.
Well done, sir. They might not understand that, but I got it.
I got it.
Yeah,
in my head, I sang the right part.
All right.
Probably nobody knows is because I'm just freaking 35 years old now.
Fine, dude. I'll be 39 in like months.
Giant and
Do y'all
sweaty
wanna
and
know-
disconcerting.
Do y'all want to know who the drunkest fans in the NFL are?
It's the Buffalo Bills.
No.
What?
It's not they're not even in the top 5.
I thought they were always.
Wait.
The ones who
made
always,
this list, though?
Yeah,
That's
as
my
I
thing.
understand,
I think
the
it's
Bills
Ranker.
have always won that award. Okay, I mean, I don't.
Hold on.
I immediately don't trust the integrity of this list.
Backtrack,
Cleveland
but
Browns.
no. It's backtrack, but it's BAC, so it's blood alcohol content track.
Okay.
So I don't know who this is. I'm getting the article from New York Post.
I would say
but
this.
they're getting the findings from Backtrack.
Okay. I do know. I feel like I read something the other day. Like Wisconsin citizens drink like 6 or 7 times what the average Americans do.
Oh wow.
Like beer wise, because they just, I don't know, I guess they're just
Well,
stuck
and then
inside all the
Milwaukee
time.
has all the breweries, so that makes sense.
So this is how they did
I
it.
would go Packers.
I'd go Browns.
Well, hold on. Let me tell you
Raiders.
how they scored it. According to a survey that tracked 28,000 smartphone connected breath tests on game day for average blood alcohol content levels. So this is blood alcohol content levels. So okay,
Uh,
who do you think it is? Top 5?
Browns.
Raiders.
I mean,
None of these are on there.
Oh God.
Packers?
Not on there.
I don't. I
This
got.
list is
I
awful.
got-
Saints?
The Saints are on there.
Okay.
They're number 5.
Okay.
They're the 5th drunkest fans, the Saints.
I'm thinking of like drinking because your team's so bad.
The Chiefs?
Not on there. They're actually the most sober with 0.51 blood alcohol
Not
content.
like the Rams. I feel like the Rams don't drink because everything's so expensive.
They don't have enough fans.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
The
saying.
Jags.
Who in the world? The Jets.
Mm-mm.
Giants.
No.
We're running out of teams.
Yeah, just give it-
Alondra.
just
Who
give
is
it-
the-
give us the
Well,
top
yeah,
5.
okay, so the
Commanders.
top five drunkest teams. Number 1, the Tennessee Titans with a 0.093 blood alcohol content.
I have my doubts, but
Number 2, the Steelers.
party scene.
the
0.88.
Steelers make sense. Steelers make sense to me.
Number 3, the Indianapolis Colts, 0.85.
Okay,
the Colts and the
another
Falcons
Midwest.
are tied.
Another Midwest. I don't buy the
Third and
Falcons.
fourth, the Falcons are at
for a
0.85,
second,
and the Saints are
dude.
at 0.8.
I've been to plenty of Falcons games. I'm not buying that for a second.
Also,
bro.
the Titans, like what they did was they went down Broadway and breathalyzed people outside the bar. And they're like, "Are you a Titans fan?" Yeah. All right, here, take this.
I don't know, maybe they would like.
to be
wasted at
fair,
Titans games.
you can run. That's actually not. It's not as good as. So at least 3 of those places have the common denominator of leaving the stadium and you're immediately downtown, right? That's how I've heard Indianapolis
that's a better
is.
point. Yeah,
It is. Yeah,
that's
Indy's right
basically
there.
how Nashville is. It may be a little bit of a farther walk, but not
it's
really.
it's like 5 minutes maybe. It's
Yeah.
right across the bridge.
Yeah, it's just right across that little bridge thing. And then that's how New Orleans is. So that could make sense in that regard. I still think like there's just who got number 1?
The Titans.
There's just no way on God's green earth that you could ever convince me that Titans fans are more drunk than the Bills Mafia on game day.
Also, no Philly.
0.093 blood alcohol content.
Bills Mafia. Then the Bills. The Bills aren't blowing into their phones or whatever it is. That's the other thing, right? Tennessee, little techie, all these young tech bros. They're all trying to be like, bro, check out my BAC. Oh, look at it. Like, no. Bills fans don't care about that, dude.
All right, the most sober.
Number
Number 1, Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Washington Commanders. The New York Giants, Baltimore Ravens, and yes, the Chargers.
Huh. A little surprised in the Ravens.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
Especially if the Steelers are going to be there. Why would the Ravens be down? I mean, I think my biggest takeaway is that I don't trust this list at all.
No.
Yeah.
Also, Philly fans get after it too. I'm a little surprised that's not in the top 5.
Yeah, but are Philly fans drunk or are they just Philly? You know,
Yeah, are
I
they
mean, I
just
guess
mean?
that's probably it is like does Philly's brashness, which we would take to be drunkenness, given being a little rude, or is that just them being them? I started watching that new season of Always Sunny that I missed. Kept it up. It's so good. All right, when we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. Eventually remember what I wanted to talk about. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. Go there today. If you need a new vehicle, you need a Toyota certified used vehicle. You need to just rent. You want to go check them out, man. The make, the model. They got everything. But what about the service center? Where all makes and models are welcome. Doesn't have to be from All-Star. Doesn't have to be a Toyota. They got a free professional estimate, incredible lines of communication. They got factory parts right there on site for quick fixes. Drive-ins are welcome, or you can schedule online. And if you mention OTB, you mention Jake, you mention T-Bob, you get $100 towards that deductible. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com today.
Go to the website. Certainly you can buy new, you can lease, you can rent, but the thing about all those processes is everything is available. So no matter what you need, they've got you covered. No matter what your needs are, they've got you covered. So check out the full fleet today on the website and get that scheduled today, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Ford has new 23 Ford F-150 STX trucks for only $39,995. $39,995 plus 1.9% financing for 72 months. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Join MMR and ignite your career today. MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, and they're seeking talented individuals to join their team. For over 3 decades, they've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, and they have offices all around the globe.
And MMR offers a tailored path for both professional and personal development, outstanding benefits, and a dynamic culture. So whether you're an intern, a seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, see what MMR can offer you. Apply at mmrgrp.com.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
It was a humid day. Barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Just like a dragonfly, I fly above the trees, over the seas, in all degrees, to anywhere I please. Oh, I want to get away, I want to fly away.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. Yeah, look, we got a lot of people in the chat pointing out, like, well, Holden Mayo says, MFers down here ain't blowing into phones, right? It's a setup. I ain't getting popped. I agree. I got major issues with the list. Does not make any sense. Hey,
shoot the messenger.
No. It's not against you. It's against but I guess that's the point of these lists, right? Because here we are talking about them, so they win.
Exactly.
But it just disappoints me.
Played right into their hand.
Yeah. It should. But I guarantee you this: I will never download any breathalyzer phone app now. Screw them, dude. How about? Did y'all watch the teaser trailer for NCAA that came out on when was that, Thursday?
Yeah.
Now, did we play it on here?
We did not.
We hadn't had a show in studio since.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Well, go ahead and pull it up. Knowing Taylor and just how, I mean, speaking of old, Taylor might as well be the 35-year-old, because when you ask him to pull something up on Twitter, I swear he sits there with this just. His brow is furrowed. He looks very intense, like he's like trying so hard to find it, and then Alondra finds it in like 2 seconds. So let's go ahead and start the Taylor timer. See how long it takes him to find the NCAA teaser trailer that was literally all over the internet on Friday. I could pull it up in half a second on Twitter. Look, you already got it?
Yeah, it's ready.
Wow! Before my crap talking was even done. Look at him, boy. Quick on the draw. Okay, so if you're listening on the radio, it's only a minute long, so you don't, stay calm.
Audio?
Yes, there is audio.
Okay.
But the audio's not. Well, the audio matters. Again, on the radio, it may sound a little odd because you're not getting the full visual, but here's like the minute-long teaser trailer that was released for, what are they calling it? I mean, it's not NCAA 25.
Football 25.
Okay, NCAA Football 25. There we go. Here it is.
got something special for y'all. A little update for our fans from the Big House to the Bayou, from Carolina to California. Yeah, it's about college football. We know you love it. Us too. The rivalries, comebacks, the traditions and superstitions built by generations. There's nothing like it. Turns out, we've been building too. So let's address the big owl in the room. Yeah, we've seen the posts, the predictions, the doubts. We get it. It's been a minute. Let's just say this ain't the only jersey we've been working on. The game this sport deserves. 'Cause pretty soon, this place will be full again. Until then, cue the crowd noise.
With a jersey that says, yeah, it's really happening. Opening this summer, full reveal come this May. And I got to say, guys, Adam Field says this trailer shows absolutely nothing. It's not really that good. So this is where I'm actually going to vehemently disagree. What is the point of this trailer? It is a teaser. It is not to actually reveal you. It is to tease you. But what does this trailer show us? I think, or at least my hope would be, unless marketing is just outstripping, the actual development team and the design of the game, but this speaks to them understanding what a big deal the return of this game is. To have a trailer that is that highly produced, to then tease the full reveal that is coming in May, for then the game to come out this summer, like they are laying the groundwork to continue, which, again, this is classic marketing, but like a lot of times you'll see if a game's not going well, if it's not internally testing well, people know the game's kind of sucked. Like you'll see video game companies not even send out review copies ahead of time just because they don't want that out there, right? There's a lot of lines in this thing. Like, well, what was one he said? The game this sport deserves. There's a lot of lines in there and a lot of head-on meeting of the doubt that basically say, like, look, I know that maybe you don't trust us or whatever, you didn't think it's coming out, but like we understand how weird and unique and wonderful college football is, and we understand how to make the game that those fans deserve. And I always think NCAA was great with like ambiance, stadiums, all of that early on. I actually came away from this feeling very bullish that they understand just how right they have to get this and how all out they have to go on this version of it.
Yeah, they better get it right. And I'm trying to think of a good comp of something that was great, that everyone loved, and it goes away and you wait forever for the sequel, kind of. And I know they've had obviously more than a couple of versions of NCAA, but that's kind of what it is to me. It's like you had this movie, everyone loved it, or TV show, and you're like, wait, like True Detective season 1. Everyone loved it. Everybody loved it. And you waited for a long time for season 2. And then you get you finally get a season 2 and it's bad.
Yeah.
Certainly to the standard of True Detective season 1.
Yeah.
Right? And so like sometimes when you build it up so much, like you build this standard of something that's so good, that's where I hope that they've had a decade. They have had a decade to think about this, perfect this. And I know that this landscape of college football changes by the day, it feels like. And so maybe not everything that you want is going to be in the game, but there's an opportunity to have some really cool stuff. NIL, transfer portal, all the uniform combinations, the stadium atmospheres, the announcers. Like there's a rumor that you'll be able to choose your announcer from a couple of different groups of announcing teams.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So exactly. If that is true, though, that is indicative of the over-the-top work that you have to put into this one. This is not, every now and then, eventually these yearly sports franchises, every now and then they hit an absolute banger and then they seem to coast and they kind of get into degrading quality for a while. But knowing that this is the relaunch, I feel like it has to be packed to the gills. A lot of chat saying, I don't trust EA. I feel you on that, right? EA has burned many video game fans in more ways than one through the years. But at least for a time, and every now and then, they did know how to make a very good college football game. And you could say you don't trust them, but yet they still made NCAA 14. Right? They're the ones who still came up with all the original recruiting and Dynasty mode that you fell in love with so much and thought that was so good. I think one of the main fears would be something like Ultimate Team taking over the game, which I talked about the other day. I don't got a problem with something like Ultimate Team. I love opening card packs. I'm actually a sucker for that kind of stuff. And as long as you understand that something's pay to win, well, then whatever, we're all agreeing to it. The problem becomes when, and I think you would say FIFA and Madden fans say this has happened a bit, when Ultimate Team becomes the main revenue generator, so then they're putting all their development resources into Ultimate Team and it's taking away from the other parts of the game, that's when it becomes an issue. The only thing is college football is a bit different in that Ultimate Team will be interesting, but it kind of does not matter nearly as much to people as the Dynasty mode and the season modes. And so I feel like obviously they have to understand that you must get Dynasty mode correct. I want to get what do y'all think? Because we got to go to break here, but like, what's the most important thing that you want to see? It could be a mode, it could be a feature, anything. What do you most want to see in this new NCAA? Get in the chat. Let us know. YouTube.com/1045ESPN, and we'll close it out next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Community Steel Company, CommunitySteelCo.org, CommunitySteelCo.org. Look, man, you go to Community Steel. They're right there in Gonzales, Louisiana. You need the live and local sales team. You need purlin, you need tubing, you need steel buildings, you need sheet metal. You need it made right there on site, right from the wholesalers to their machines to you. So you can see the quality, taste the quality, feel the quality. You can meet the people, the live and local sales team. And because it's straight from the wholesaler to you, it's the best price point on the back end. No national companies jacking it up for you, okay? And go to Community Steel Company, CommunitySteelCo.com.
We tell you they're in Gonzales, Louisiana every day, but if you want to know exactly where they're at, go to CommunitySteelCo.com, top right corner of the website, click on Community Steel, pulls up exactly where they're at, and also, like, you can go hang out with them, like, right now. They are open, ready for you. Always call them at 225-647-2020 and always online at CommunitySteelCo.com.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs.
How dare you say that my behavior is unacceptable? So condescending, unnecessarily critical. I have the tendency of getting very physical. So watch your step, cause if I do, you need a miracle.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. It seems like the main thing that people want absolutely confirmed is like online dynasty modes. And I would agree with that. I don't want to. I think I have a good idea. I don't want to go into details here because I'm worried about somebody stealing it from us. But I think I have what could be a very fun idea with basically everybody in a choosing a conference and then joining a dynasty mode, some random conference, be it like one where there's not any just uber powerful over. So probably not going to be one of the big boys, probably group of five or something. Yeah, maybe it's Maction for sure, something like that. And going toe-to-toe. So I would agree with that. I think that it has to be massively feature-rich in that dynasty mode in terms of like whatever resource mini games you create with because when you do recruiting, you had hours, right? Like that was your limiting resource, literal hours in the day.
You want to devote 15 hours to this guy, 25 to the day. You had like 300 maybe to play with at the beginning.
So now, do you have like multiple forms of currency where you still have hours, but then do you have to commit some of those hours to fundraising, to then raise money, to then pay players, and try to keep your NIL collectives up, and does winning increase all of that? So it's I think a situation in which you are truly having to do all the non-football stuff that head coaches now have to do in the NCAA. It would be a massive missed opportunity if they did not do that. I'm sure you need some sort of be a pro mode, right? Or what would you call it? Road to Glory? I don't know.
Yeah, so Road to Glory. Yeah. And that was always my favorite mode. I liked playing like the whole high school football season. You get recruited. You could play both ways in high school if you needed to. Like that was always my favorite.
You would play a whole high school season?
Yeah, I didn't realize that. So the last one, 14, you'd play 10 regular season games or 9, whatever it was, and then the playoffs. Yeah, because remember, originally it was just like 4 playoff games. And then you go through. This time it was like, where do you want to go?
It was just like one game.
No, it was like, where do you want to go? What size stadium do you want to be in? What state do you want to be in? Like, it was like fully customizable in the last game. That was my favorite game mode.
Edeb says you guys haven't played NCAA 14 in a while. They threw away the hours of recruiting in 2010. So then how did you do recruiting in 14 then? Let me know because that may inform how they do in the future. How about this? Who do y'all think should be in the 99 club?
We're talking about like guys that are coming back next year.
So it'll be for the 2024-25 season.
Yeah. I do not grant any quarterback the rank of 99.
Mm-mm.
So Carson Beck would be your highest rated quarterback, maybe?
There's a rumor.
I'm actually a little more on. I got Ewers barely edging out Beck, barely edging out Dylan Gabriel. I give Ewers like a 97. Beck 96, Gabriel 95, 94. Maybe give Caden Salter.
Cam Ward's going to be up there too.
I think for me, Cam Ward, like Jalen Milroe, I'm thinking Jalen Milroe either 90 or 89.
I was reading actually this morning, T-Bub, about this. Rumor has it Shedeur Sanders might be the highest, and he'd be like 95.
At quarterback?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they're going a little bit harder then. I would have had Shedeur probably high 80s in my like Noah Fafita, Brady Cook, Caden Salter zone. Speaking of Colorado, I think Travis Hunter could maybe be a 99.
Yeah.
DB, right? I think I had Ollie Gordon as maybe a 99.
Running back, from Okie State.
Nobody. I mean that man took a weird team and really put him on his back all the way.
Team. That is kind of a weird
all the
team.
way into the conference championship.
What would Luther Burden be?
I had Luther Burden. I would grant Luther the rank of 99, given the season that he's coming off of.
There's not going to be many.
No,
maybe 3 or 4.
There shouldn't be. And they always graded hard in the past. I think Caleb Downs.
He has a shot.
You could see putting him in the 99.
Well, who's LSU's highest rated player going to be? Perk?
Probably Perk or Campbell.
Yeah, Will Campbell's a good call.
Yeah. Shoot, maybe Campbell goes 99.
Yeah, but Perk's got a lot of publicity behind him. Just because he's
Perk's going to have the ability to rise to 99 if he refines his dominant form.
Well,
but
he'll
start,
line him up where he's supposed to.
He'll start low 90s, high 80s, I think. One guy to watch out for, I don't know if we'll get to the beginning, Nick Scorton from Purdue. This is a cat. He transferred to Texas A&M. Last year, he had a 91 pass grade, according to PFF, third highest in the country. He had 10 sacks, 15 tiffles, 42 pressures, led the Big Ten in all those categories, and now he's coming down to A&M. So we'll see. Give me your 99s in the chat. More to be next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Bayou Ford has new 23 Ford F-150 STX trucks for only $39,995. $39,995 plus 1.9% financing for 72 months. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. and we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
And deny valid claims, because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to check out LSU Daily, presented by Tecovas. It's a daily podcast covering all things LSU. If you want news, headlines, topics, and opinions on the LSU Tigers, we got you covered every single weekday on LSU Daily, presented by Tecovas. So find LSU Daily wherever you find great podcasts. Subscribe, rate us, leave a review, and let a friend know that if they love the Tigers, we got you covered for about 30 minutes every single weekday on LSU Daily, presented by Tecovas.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681, offices in Baton Rouge.
Good 8 a.m. on Monday, February 19th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 63. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll have weekend winners, and we'll talk LSU and the New Orleans Saints. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Saturday, y'all. Welcome back. OTB, T-Bob Jake, Alondra Taylor. Hanging out, they say. I know, Alondra. I almost said Mario and Alondra. Too many
Wow.
years, too much.
Wow.
It's like, I constantly always want to say Snaps, OTB, whatever. A little bit of everything. Hour 2.
Look, I'm going to give us both an attaboy. I don't think we've ever done that.
I've done it a couple times, but never done too bad.
I never heard you say it here.
He said snaps like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
maybe I wasn't here.
I even dropped I had a random like double coverage.
Oh, you've
which is
done
my old
that.
show with Christian Garrick back damn near
You've done
decade
double
ago
coverage
now,
a couple times.
Happy 3rd anniversary to this show, though. If you're in the chat, give us your favorite OTB memories from the last 3 years. I hadn't even considered this. I guess I'll start to kind of brainstorm and try to think of some as well. But how was everybody's weekend? As I was down gallivanting in Florida and, definitely feeling my age amongst all these beautiful young people. What were you all getting into?
For me, it was complete catch-up. We needed to catch up on the weekend after...
No mustard?
That's when you hit the thing.
Yeah, I need to say that.
No. That was a good one.
No, it wasn't.
That was. Anyway. So what did you mean by
that was
catching?
So bad.
So bad.
What did you mean by?
Because I have been out of town every weekend but one since December the 1st.
Yeah.
So this was the first weekend that I was back and we didn't have anything.
Since December the 1st.
Yeah, I had gone out of town every weekend but one.
What?
Covering something.
Oh my God, dude.
So for us, like we had a big family weekend, hung out, didn't do a whole lot. Took the boys to Cracker Barrel, which they enjoy.
Heck yeah.
Went to Denham Springs Antique Shops, which is always like we do both together.
Wait, so
a good family weekend.
Have you ever? Do you know how to do the peg thing at Cracker Barrel?
Yeah.
I mean, I can play it. I'm not sure that I know every single time how to leave just one.
So I feel bad, but I looked it up online. and there is it randomly
Depends
came
on
across
which one you leave.
It came across
right?
my algorithm. No, there's an exact system to get in down to that last one every time. So if you ever want to just so you know, if you ever want to ruin the fun and look behind the magician's veil, but then impress your kids by showing look, your old man still got it.
Okay.
Just let me know. I got the goods. I can send you the video.
Well, I'm sure I can Google it, but I appreciate the heads up.
Did you go to Cracker Barrel this weekend, Taylor?
No, I did not.
I'm surprised.
Okay.
Cracker Barrel's fantastic,
Okay.
by the way.
Cracker Barrel looks pretty good. I don't
I
have
love
one
their biscuits
super
and
close
gravy.
to me. Like they got one on an airline, and then they got one in
mine ain't
Hammond.
close. It's on the airline.
I'm a little kind of in the middle ground. I don't have one super close.
You know why I like Cracker Barrel? They don't try to fool you like, oh, hey, here's this chess table by the fireplace. No, we're checkers, Bo.
Yeah.
You know the old saying, you're playing checkers, we're playing no, we're playing checkers on purpose.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
I like that.
Tell you what I did do this weekend, T-Bob.
Checkers has grit.
My grip. I don't know. Is checkers fun though?
Checkers
Yeah, I
is so
love
fun.
checkers.
I don't know. I maybe I'll have to play it again. I haven't played it in years. I don't remember it being particularly fun. It felt good to pull a double jump and then getting kinged eventually, but I don't know that I don't know. Maybe I haven't played in a while, so maybe I'm wrong. What did you want to tell me, Taylor?
Started watching a TV show. Well, my wife started watching it, which means I kind of did too. Awful. Love is Blind. What a TV show.
I've never seen this before, but I believe I have some pop culture osmosis understanding of it. So this is, you are like talking to someone through a wall.
Yeah,
or
it's like
through a
they're
room
called
or
pods.
something?
Like basically one pod is about the size of this room, and then there's a wall connecting another pod, and there's like speakers in the room, and you can talk to each other, but you can't see each other, and you're supposed to like find the love of your life that way. A couple this past weekend got engaged after the second episode. They had 2 dates in a pod, so I'm sure that marriage will work out just fine.
Two pods? Just two pods? What are you doing in the date in the pod? Are you just talking?
Yeah,
Are they
I
giving
mean, you're talking.
Are
like
they giving you prompts? Or
it looks like a lounge. Like one room's got a couch and fireplace or whatever, and the same in the other room. And then you just talk to each other like through the wall. You cannot see each other until after you propose, and then once you propose, you obviously leave the show because you're done dating different people. It's an awful show. And then they meet face to face the first time after the guy proposes. He proposed after the second episode, so I have high hopes for that marriage. Awful show.
Well, they win though, because tell me you're not at least going to do one Google search in the future to see where their relationship's at.
Oh no, I'm not. But I tell you what they did do. They got themselves on TV.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, that's the point of a lot of this stuff. If you want a better show to watch, Love on the Spectrum is what you're looking for. It's incredibly heartwarming. It's very good. It make you cry, happy tears constantly. That's my favorite crappy reality dating show.
But I was laughing because like they got this big dude on there, and like he thinks he's all big and bad, and then he's sitting on the couch with his buddy, and then he randomly starts crying. But then he pulls his hand away from his face. There are no tears. He's not actually crying. And then he's like, I just have a hard time expressing myself. It's just, dude, because a girl got mad at him after his first blind pod date. So he's just broken inside. It's humorous to me.
This sounds awful.
It's awful.
This sounds a bit like like one of those reality shows that when you see it, you're wondering, is this part of like the downfall of society?
I was in the kitchen. Victoria's watching it in the living room. I'm just dying laughing, just watching it. I'm like, this is awful.
What's worse, Love is Blind or the Dallas Cowboys trading for Mike Thomas?
Love is Blind.
Because there are rumors, given Brandon Cooks, well, it's just funny. Brandon Cooks doing whatever Brandon Cooks does, which is, I guess, being like okay, but like never good enough for anybody to ever really fall in love with him.
He had a good season.
Yeah, well, he always does.
Yeah.
When has Brandon Cooks ever had a bad season?
But then he's like never on a team longer than like 2 years.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like nobody, everybody likes him. Nobody loves him. Gallup, not, what do he come back from
Gallup's
injury.
good when he plays. He's just hurt all the time.
That's what I'm saying. So
all those
Saints,
receivers are back though. Like none of them are free agents.
Yeah.
So the Saints, obviously, we talked about it the other day. I was under the impression Mike Thomas was a free agent and last year was a one-year deal. I am wrong. They are still very much on the books for Mike Thomas's next year, and he has made the situation untenable, right? I mean, can you really bring him back where he's talking about Derek Carr like throwing him into getting hurt and how basically like everything was the quarterback's fault, and obviously the Saints are all in on Derek Carr. Do you trade Michael Thomas to the Cowboys?
If you feel really strong about Olave and Shaheed and some of your other weapons, then you can. You can move on from Mike Thomas, and that's $10 million, in the future that can go elsewhere. If you don't, then maybe it's a different conversation. But I think that they do. I think that when you look at Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, A.T. Perry had a couple of nice moments at the end of the season, then you move on because of what you said. Now, this isn't just like what I would do, but when you look at what the Saints are doing, they're going to do whatever's best for Derek Carr. And for Derek Carr, he's got a receiver that has put on Twitter multiple times just what he thinks of Derek Carr. And so for that reason, I think the Saints are going to make a move. I don't know what the value is. The value's not great for Mike Thomas. You're going to get a very late round draft choice probably in return. I would rather have Mike Thomas on the field and figure a way. Your grown adults figured out, learn how to be teammates. But I just feel like the Saints are showing you every time they make a move, it's for Derek Carr.
Well, and unfortunately, if you're someone, or I don't know, whatever, I won't attach a fortunate or unfortunate, but the money aspect of it does make the Mike Thomas situation more complicated. Right now, he would involve, if you were to trade him pre-June 1st, he would invoke an $18.18 million cap hit for the New Orleans Saints. Now, you could designate him as a post-June 1st transaction, but that dead money then is still $9 million. And that becomes a very real question, right? Is the drama bad enough with Mike Thomas and whatever draft pick, mid, late round or whatever kind of okay player that you would get in return? Is it worth it? Like, has he really made himself so untenable in that locker room that you would be willing to not just eat that dead money, but probably not get equal kind of value player-wise in return just to get him out of there? That feels that $9 million. I mean, you could restructure the contract and then trade him potentially, but then again, whoever he's going to be traded to, well, that's obviously not going to be as attractive to them because they're saying, okay, wait, so hold on. So you want me to take like a problem off of your hands, a malcontent, and you want me to be on the hook money-wise? So there's a lot that would still have to go into this, but it's just very interesting to watch these two things coming to a head right now with Michael Thomas and how he feels about the Saints versus how the Saints are kind of financially committed to him in a lot of ways.
I don't necessarily think that Mike Thomas is a huge issue in the locker room. I think the locker room has its own issues because we've seen those things play out. Like we've heard from some of their leaders, and when Jameis Winston decided that he wanted Jamal Williams to get a touchdown, like it really just started to come to light. Like now we all see some of the issues that are going on in that locker room. Like you have players and coaches that aren't on the same page. And I was in the players' corner in this argument the entire time, and I still am. They've got to figure all of that out because I don't think it's a Mike Thomas with other players situation outside of maybe Derek Carr. It's, Mike Thomas and maybe coaches and front office members, I guess. But I don't think in the locker room that's an issue. They just got to figure out how, if they're going to bring him back because of the reasons you just said, how that plays out with this quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Cam Jordan, who is the most highly regarded leader that the Saints have had, right? Outside of like Drew Brees in this run that the Saints have had, with some strong comments, about apologizing to the Falcons and what he would have done if he was the coach against the Falcons.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you're right. Maybe you just got to suck it up, and it's best for all parties if you just try to heal it. But you want to talk about Groundhog Day, which I'm I know it's a little cold today, so maybe I'm coming a little hard at some people. Yes, Alondra?
No, because I was on the same, like when you were going to ask like how we were doing or whatever, I was going to say, well, first of all, I'm pissed at that stupid groundhog.
Phil?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's cold, and he said we were going to get an early spring,
but
and
it
he's
wa- but
like,
it- but it-
his
but it
track
felt like-
record's
but it
not
felt-
great.
but it
why
felt
are we
like-
still? Why are we still listening to this?
It
groundhog?
felt like spring last week, though,
No,
dude. It felt
but
pretty damn good last week,
The last
dude.
5 days, it's been SYB weather.
Freezing.
I
You know
mean,
what?
been-
It's almost like Punxsutawney
what's
Phil
S-
isn't real.
What's SYB?
See your breath.
He's real. Punxsutawney Phil is
Yeah,
definitely
it's-
real.
it's almost
but
like
I think
he's
he's a liar.
Not a real. Like,
He's a liar.
Well,
weatherman.
look, obviously, you don't know anything about groundhogs and their evolution and why that whole tradition
He's
developed.
bad at the weather.
Developed in the first place. No, it's because agriculturally, before we had things like Doppler radar and whatnot, groundhogs were always in. They were basically your kind of weather vane as a farmer to know when the season was going to start. So no, Punxsutawney Phil, I think actually has a much better track record than y'all are giving credit for. I know it took maybe a recent turn here the last couple of days, but I mean, the 5 days before that, it was beautiful. You had flowers sprouting. I guess we'll see. It's a big week for Phil. It's a big week for Phil.
He has a 39% accuracy rate.
That's like Russell Westbrook's career shooting percentage.
And he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. You know,
some say that. Yes.
I was going to say Derek Carr's win percentage. That would have been better because then he wouldn't have had an argument against that.
Yeah.
But he's right about Russ. He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Look, Derek Carr was a Pro Bowler. Okay.
So was Hundley from the Ravens, who was their third quarterback.
When was that?
Last year.
Legend of the game.
Now that was because like a lot of the quarterbacks were injured and the other ones like didn't want to participate. But yeah, he was a Pro Bowler.
Still same.
Weekend winners coming up at 9 a.m. in the chat. Eric Gardner in the Body for you chat. No, groundhogs are not predictors of the weather. Ridiculous. Obviously,
so
Eric,
ridiculous.
you don't know what the hell you're talking about. None of y'all do.
No, it's cold outside.
Have you never heard of
39% accuracy
Have
rate.
you never heard of what did Punxsutawney Phil say? There's just never going to be another cold day again? No. He just said overall it's going to be spring sooner than it's not. And he's right. And I mean,
I don't think he is. It is really cold.
Do y'all believe in like it's like any old school like homespun remedy where they figured it out years ago that this plant, like back in the day, might say you got to chew up this plant and then you got to put it on the wound and it'll heal, and now we know today there's like antibiotic properties in that plant, right? They didn't know maybe the science behind it at the time, but they figured out a way to solve the problem. That's what groundhogs did for farmers and just people in agriculture.
And we don't need them anymore.
I think if you want to throw out the baby with the bathwater, that feels like the height of hubris. If you want to go ahead and give yourself over to artificial intelligence and robots and satellites trying to predict the weather, you can keep that. I'm gonna stick with the groundhogs
That's
because
39%
you know who's been around a lot longer than any of your robots or your satellites.
Yeah,
those groundhogs.
Imagine you put away all your winter clothes and you put them in a storage because you listened to this groundhog.
Yeah.
And now you're freezing because you don't have any winter clothes.
It's not that cold.
It's
not that
cold.
You
It's
got a light
pretty dang
jacket
cold.
on
I was
today, dude.
crying on Saturday.
What
I was at
about-
the box all weekend.
What do you think this afternoon? It's going to be like what, 60 degrees and sunny? Is that
Maybe.
the winter?
The high
is
is
that the winter?
63 today.
Yeah, is that the
high is
winter?
60 yes.
Is that the winter?
If the high is 63, yes.
No. Shout out, Phil. I got
If the
your back,
low
bro.
was 63, yeah, I mean that'd be spring. But
I got your back, dog. I feel like you're doing a great job. I feel like you nailed it, and I'll take you over the robots any day, man. Any day. If anything, it's all these damn magnets and whatnot, and all your Blu-rays and all your freaking 5Gs turning the frogs gay and screwing with
That's
Phil's
chemicals in the water.
Yeah, screwing with Phil's natural ability to read the weather. That's probably what. If he's wrong, it's not because of him. It's because of y'all. It's because of technology. It's because of human beings flying too close to the sun. I'm sick of y'all, dude. Felt pretty warm in Florida this weekend.
Sure did.
Wasn't here. It's freezing.
Shout out everybody who came out to the box.
I guess
I did.
when we come back, there is a team that is rumored to be really wanting to trade up for Jaden Daniels, that might not be a team that you want to hear about.
Oh, more on OGB next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Get Gordon and get it done. The man who never sees his shadow because the brights are always too light. Damn. The lights are always too bright. What are you going to do? I flipped it. Screwed it. Reversed it. That never happened when you work with Gordon. You're going to get exactly what you deserve. You get in an accident, you need somebody who's going to protect you. Stand up to those big insurance companies trying to take advantage of you, trying to bully you, lean on you. You need somebody in your corner who's going to fight for you. That's Gordon McKernan. Injury attorneys 225-888-8888. Get Gordon, get it done today.
Go to the website, getgordon.com, and that's where you can see everything they can do for you in the courtroom. You can find past client results, cases they can handle for you. You can get a consultation set up on the website. You can have a chat right there on the website. You know, on social media, at Get Gordon is always going to be that handle to see what they're doing in the community. And then you can always pick up the phone, your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Louisiana Medicaid, follow the directions and respond to it as soon as possible. For questions or to update your info, call the number on your insurance card or visit healthy.la.gov. That's healthy.la.gov. Remember, keep your contact information up to date and respond to Medicaid letters so you don't lose your health care coverage.
The worst time to be thinking about a generator is when the power goes out. Call Boudreaux's Electrical Services today and ask them how to get a Generac home standby generator for just $5.20 a day. Boudreaux's Electrical Services, 225-300-9389.
If you're tired of erosion and mud and want your lawn looking its best, winter is the easiest time to lay grass sod. Let Quality Sod help you select the perfect grass for your lawn. For winter sale prices, call 610-4842 or QualitySod.com.
Get Moss Max and less tax during happy hour at Modesto. Join us Tuesday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. for $10 20-ounce margaritas and Dip Trio with $5 drink specials and $6 seasonal cocktails. Eat Modesto, 3930 Burbank Drive.
Who's cleaning your office building, medical facility, school, industrial, or manufacturing facility? Ever doubt that they're getting the job done when you leave the office? Stop worrying and reach out to the trusted local cleaning experts with a global reputation, Janny King, the king of clean. Make the switch today, like hundreds of businesses have already done here in the greater Baton Rouge area. And leave your worries at the door. Go to JannyKingCleans.com and find out how we can help. That's JannyKingCleans.com.
Janny King, the king of clean.
The President's Day weekend sale is here at Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Don't miss incredible deals like 20% off used clubs, 30% off select apparel, and get custom fit on the new TaylorMade QI10 drivers. Book your free custom fitting online today. Swing into Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for the President's Day weekend sale, or shop us online at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Hello, Baton Rouge. This is Mayor President Sharon Weston Broom. Join us for our Spring Household Hazardous Materials Collection Day on Saturday, March 2nd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at LSU's Touchdown Village on South Quad Drive. Our city parish team will be there to collect your household hazardous materials for safe disposal. Remember, no commercial waste will be accepted, and you can find a full list of accepted materials at brla.gov/recycle. Thank you for helping to keep our community safe and clean for everyone.
Cut through the static and listen to 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge in high definition. Simply tune to 98.1 and select HD2.
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 5 brands on one lot. Shop BayouAutomotive.com.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Can I get a temp check for the rest of the week real quick before we dive into DJ and Daniels rumors?
Looks like tomorrow high 71.
Okay.
Wednesday 75.
Okay.
Thursday 76.
Oh, wow.
Friday 70s, and then it warms up to the 80s come Monday. And the lowest is Friday 48.
I would say Phil's in his bag, but it's more like he's in his burrow right now, dog. Okay, come at me. That all feels like spring has sprung. Way to go. How about this? Groundhogs are solitary, okay? But they have they have some marmot cousins that do group, and a group of them are called a madness. A madness of marmots, right?
Okay, what's better? Madness of marmots.
I mean, murder of crows is still...
That's why I was going to say murder of crows.
Pride of lions is still always very fun.
Yeah.
But I really like a madness of marmots.
I love that.
I like that just because of the alliteration.
It sounds like a good party theme, potentially, if you're ever going to have an underground party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not.
It doesn't matter. He's right, so it doesn't matter. You're wrong. Shout out Pakistani Phil.
I think still, though, the group of tigers still has the best.
Which is, hold on, let me think. A group of tigers? Because I don't think of tigers as being grouped up necessarily. A gaggle.
Ambush.
An ambush?
That's really
cool.
good. Yeah.
That's what they do, dude. Remember, no animals killed more human beings
Now,
than tigers.
they normally spend their days alone, to your point. But, yeah, a group of tigers is called an ambush.
Give us your other good group animal names.
You're not going to get this on Murphy, Sam, and Jody.
No.
Or this is exactly what you get. It'll just be better produced, and they'll have a top 5 list, like, ready to go.
Number 5.
Yeah, they won't just be sitting here.
Coming in at number 4.
Okay, Chance says Chance says a group of travel ball moms is known as a thought. I never realized that. I guess I've always been a fan of thoughts myself.
You've got plenty of thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, a
lot of thoughts.
You've got even more with all those kids, all those different teams you're on. You see thoughts all the time.
Only actually one of my sons still plays baseball.
Yeah,
I think. Yep, one.
What about Jaden Daniels? Willie Manley, I thought hippos had most all-time kills. We'll have to look up the hippo tiger thing. Tigers have killed a ton of people, but there is the stat about what hippos being like the most dangerous land mammal or something. Somebody get me a murder check on hippos and tigers.
Okay.
And then
What more though?
Pot of whales is always good.
Wisdom of wombats.
What? You're messing with me.
No.
A bunch of wombats get that. It's called a wisdom.
Yeah.
Very smart. I like that even better than man. So I feel like a wombat and a marmot would be somewhat similar.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of both rodentia.
Yeah.
If you will. So what the hell are the marmots doing to be called a madness while the wombats get
Or
wisdom?
wisdom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just like, they're much more refined.
I like it.
Keep it much more above board, whereas these marmots are just going crazy, drinking, just doing drugs constantly. What would you call probably a swarm of mosquitoes, I guess. A scurry of squirrels we have. A venue of vultures.
What were we saying about like Jaden Daniels that I forgot?
We haven't said it yet.
I bet you from Jake's rather ominous tease, in which he said there are rumors of a team that you would not like trading up to get Jaden Daniels.
The Falcons.
And there's a very obvious team out there that just rolled out Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heineke for an entire year, that has a high draft pick, that has young assets, that has a new coach, that would desperately want something as exciting to pair a new coach with, like a new big-time quarterback. So, yes, surely, Jake, you were talking about the Atlanta Falcons.
I certainly was.
Damn it!
Keep it with the animal theme here with the Falcons. Reports are they are very interested in moving up from 8 to number 3, at, even potentially number 2 if they have to select Jaden Daniels, our Heisman Trophy winner. And so, look, we've watched players that we love play in that uniform before growing up. Cajun Cannon hurt me when I had to see him in that uniform. Ironhead Hayward hurt me when I had to see him in that uniform. Joe Horn
Anderson.
Morton Anderson. There's a lot. There's a lot of Saints players, Saints greats that have put on that uniform, all right? And it always hurts. But none would hurt, I don't think, as much as Jaden Daniels wearing that uniform.
Not if he's good, and not if the reason that you weren't there to trade up was because you decided to go, what was it, 8-9? I don't know. What was their final record? Was it with the Saints finish?
9-8.
9-8.
Yeah, because it was the best record Dennis Allen's ever had.
Because you decided to go 9-8 with Derek Carr. Like, I know I am someone who really, 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 really tried to abide by the belief that winning is always more fun and making the playoffs is always more fun than some sort of stupid future planning. But if the Falcons get Jaden Daniels because you won too many games with sorry, y'all. I lost my train of thought because Taylor just threw up a picture of Jaden Daniels Falcons Photoshop, and he actually looks pretty cool.
He does, unfortunately.
That's a horrible uniform, too, but he still looks pretty cool.
I mean, this was not how it was supposed to go. In the middle of the season, we were suddenly talking about Jaden Daniels, maybe to the Saints, and having these dreams. And remember, we were saying at the time that, like, you thought Michael Vick was a cultural revolution in Atlanta. Just wait if Jaden Daniels comes to New Orleans and ends up being awesome. If he goes to Atlanta and ends up being awesome, I mean, you're screwed. You are screwed. Because if he's the guy for the next 10 to 15 years, what, you think you're just going to find another guy who's going to do battle with him, who's going to be able to go toe-to-toe with him? Now, Raheem Morris is a defensive head coach by trade, correct?
Yes, he's coached both sides of the football, but yes, more defense.
So maybe, and I actually like the Raheem Morris hire. I know a lot of people are hating on it, but to me, it's a very confident hire from the Falcons to not fall in love with kind of the maybe the bigger profiles of a Belichick or bigger profiles of like a Vrabel and stick with a guy that they think, no, this guy actually is the answer.
He's been there as an assistant.
He had that one really good year with Josh Freeman. Didn't we go down this hole the other day?
Yeah, we did.
The point is though, like maybe there's some hope that it's like a Brian Flores situation where because he's defensive minded, he just like how Tua sucked until they brought in Mike McDaniel. But I can't. We just can't. We can't. I mean, I know Jaden Daniels going to the Patriots is about as lame as it gets.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
That's as lame as it gets, but I would much, much, much rather that happen over him throwing touchdowns. Like, okay, think about how they just showed Houston on TV. Go talk to a Texans fan. Think about how beside themselves with happiness they are now to have D'Amico Ryans and C.J. Stroud and the year of hope that they were just given to. And now imagine that what if that happened with the Falcons with Raheem Morris and Jaden Daniels and you have Dennis Allen and Derek Carr out there. Bruh. That, I mean, if you're like if you're like a John O'Barnes, someone you're out there, you're one of the realest Saints fans, that feels like you just get waked up and right when you wake up every morning, somebody's just kicking you in the nuts. Just to remind you about the reality that you exist in versus the one that you could have.
A conspiracy of lemurs. Isn't that awesome?
That's maybe the best one actually that we've heard yet. I need to put together. Speaking of turning the frogs gay, we need to put together some sort of conspiracy or some not. Guys, I didn't want to have to do it. I didn't want to have to do it. But do we have to taint Jaden Daniels' draft stock with bad character rumors?
We can definitely put a narrative out there.
We're going to have to frame him for some sort of crime or do something to try to get him to fall to the Saints.
I think he's fallen to the Saints, but we could try.
It's going to be tough. It's going to require all of our greatest. It's going to. Whoever tried to frame Lyle Collins back in the day, you're gonna have to get that guy on the phone and see if he can make it happen again.
So I wonder what it would take for them to move up from 8 to potentially number 2. I mean, it's going to take a bag of draft choices, and maybe even a young player, because if you're the Commanders at 2, you need a quarterback as well. Your guy Sam Howell is okay. I think he'll be a backup for however long he wants to play in the NFL. He's not going to be your guy. He is not going to be a franchise guy. So like you have to realize that team also needs a quarterback. So would they be willing to move down to number 8? That's where it becomes like you would have to overpay. No matter who the player you selected 2 is, you'd have to overpay to be able to move from 8 to 2 because 2 needs a quarterback, 3 needs a quarterback.
Yeah, choosing a very strong.
The Patriots aren't moving forward with McCorkle as their quarterback, right? He's going to be same situation. He's going to be a backup for a long time, play a long time. But he ain't the guy moving forward. The Cardinals are set at 4. The Chargers are set at 5. Now, the Giants could select a quarterback at 6, but still, you're not getting Jaden Daniels, I don't believe, at 6. You have to go into 1, 2, or 3, and all 3 of those teams look like they're going to select a quarterback.
Should the Saints go full Ricky Williams and trade the entire draft for Jaden Daniels?
I mean, they're not going to. No, but to your point, Jake, they have to trade up to 2. I mean, there's a lot of people now mocking Daniels over Drake May to the Commanders. Like, if you want him if you want him bad enough to move up to 3, you want him bad enough to move up to 2. 2 is going to be where it has to be. You'd have to get rid of the 8th overall pick. Maybe one of your young stars. I know you have a lot of weapons on that offense.
Oh, you definitely given another future first. No, you're giving him 2. There's 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, but I'm saying two first-round picks and a young player.
And you're giving next year's first-round pick, and you'd have to give up, whatever. I mean, Kyle Pitts probably needs to be given somewhere, even though him with J.D. Daniels would be whatever. It's awful. It's awful, and I hope none of that comes to pass. But hey, at least you have the 14th pick, right?
Now the Falcons, like the other teams, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I mean, the Giants could take one, but also they are heavy on.
They're fine.
They're heavy on Daniel Jones' contract, obviously.
I forgot about him.
So, if you want a quarterback, even if it's Drake May, you have to get in the top 3, unless you love J.J. McCarthy, which I don't think they do.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Let's not freak out too much, but everybody just know it's potentially out there in the ether. Not trying to do any fear-mongering here, but I think if we all just put our energy towards that not happening, that maybe we can somehow stop it. More OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. And listen up. If you are a licensed plumber, you're an apprentice right now, working through your apprenticeship, you want to go check out Central Plumbing, okay? You want top wages in the area. You want full bennies. Just a great work culture, work environment. Send your resume to jay@centralplumbing.org. That's JAY at centralplumbing.org, or you can call 925-8552. Remember, if you are an apprentice, they have a great apprenticeship school to help get you across that finish line. So what are you waiting for? All your plumbing problems to one-stop plumbing shop. It is centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
225-925-8552. We tell you every single day because it is factual. That means 365. Doesn't matter what's going on. Doesn't matter if it's a holiday. They will be there to fix your problem. 225-925-8552, centralplumbing.org.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB Monday. Hope you're having a great day.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, what is in your throat?
Okay, so here we got a quick little recruiting tidbit to check on. Then Alondra has a big takeaway from the box. She wanted to get to. Oh, Danny Girl asked an interesting question in the Mighty Ford YouTube chat. Weigh in on a Twitter Space debate. Is LSU a football school or a baseball school? I kind of like that. We can get to that in a minute. But first, in case you missed it, over the weekend, Brian Kelly and his staff took a recruiting trip to one of the worst places on earth, and that is Decula, Georgia.
Where is that?
It's just it's
what?
It's in Decula.
Decula?
Decula.
Like what part of Georgia?
It's like literal Dracula, but without the R.
Yeah, but what part of, like, where in the state is that located?
Boy, you barking up the wrong
oh, that's why you do.
I got you.
I'm sorry.
Now, I will say this. It must have been in Gwinnett County because a young T-Bob played for the Duluth Wildcats in the GFL, and I'll be damned if I didn't lose to Decula in the championship year 1, the semifinals year 2,
so
and then the semifinals again year 3.
All right, how do we spell it?
I hate the Decula Falcons. Me
you
and
said,
all my
like
homies
Dracula,
do, without
but,
the R.
Okay, all right, let's see.
Anyway.
Let's see where this is.
It's northeast of Atlanta.
It's east of Lawrenceville. It is west of
Athens.
Yeah, got to be south of Athens as well, for sure. It's not that far away. But Luke
south
Metz.
Of Buford.
So they go to offer Luke Metz, a 6'3", 210-pound linebacker from Decula, plays for Mill Creek High School. Mill Creek, pretty damn good. Apparently, he is committed to UCF right now. This will be a 2025 inside linebacker. And I'm guessing this must be a guy that Blake Baker likes, right? Given that is now his position, if he is now leading the charge. Because, like, it feels, he is highly ranked, right? But is he like, where's he ranked actually nationally, Taylor? Do we know?
There's not a ton on him ranking-wise right
so that's
now.
what I would say. This feels like somebody that they kind of just scouted out on their own, and they're like, I like this guy, and I think we should. And again, he's got a UCF commitment, which is good on him, but that's not like, you're not out here competing with like Ohio State and Alabama and everything.
You're in the state of Georgia. You're not having to pull him away from the University of Georgia, so he's a little bit of an under-the-radar guy. But like you said, this is Blake Baker's position. You got to trust his evaluation. I mean, look at what he did at Missouri, rebuilding that entire defense in really a year. I mean, he got there late. He didn't really have his first recruiting class. Then his first full one, he turns them around from like the 150th ranked defense to like top 50 in a year. So you have to trust Blake Baker's evaluation of this guy.
Accutemp of Baton Rouge, accutempbr.com. Free Brary still going on, y'all, which means if you buy that whole home generator from Accutemp, not only do you get $1,500 off, but you get a free surge protector as well. You can get the free estimate from today to come look out of your home, see exactly what you need, what's going to cost, how it's all going to go down. And then when disaster does strike, you are taken care of. But it's also all your AC, heating, electrical needs. It's a one-stop shop. When you work with Accutemp, you are going to see why that tagline of service to the highest degree, that is not just lip service. They walk that walk. Alondra, give me your something that you said jumped out to you at the box this week and a pleasant surprise.
I didn't have my own mic on, but we mentioned Luke Holman at the beginning of the show. He was as advertised, 10 strikeouts, 3 hits, 2 walks. That's super impressive.
Yeah.
But who I was super impressed with and jumped out to me in just an inning and a third pitch was Fidel Ulloa. He had 3 strikeouts in that outing, 1 walk and 1 hit, and allowed no runs, but he was gas. Like, he looked really good. I'm really excited to see him pitch for more than 1 1/3 inning because, like I said, he looks so good. And also, real quick, I want to say that it's kind of, so I saw some people talking about like the lack of offense for the first 2 games from baseball. And remember, like we were saying that some people were worried about the offense going into this season.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of unfair because it was super, super cold outside. And if you go look at some of the exit velocities for some of the balls hit on Saturday, which was the windiest day out there, all of those were like flyouts. And if it was any other day, would have been knocked out the park.
Yeah. The weather conspired against him a bit, held it in there.
And then they had 27 hits. Yeah, obviously 27 hits yesterday, tying a school record with versus VMI. And I know like people are gonna be like, well, it's VMI, whatever, you know. But I mean, that's still pretty impressive.
I mean,
and VMI is a pretty scrappy team, and I don't know, like I think it's unfair to make a judgment after just one weekend.
Especially after last season. Right. You should have learned. And just the sport of baseball, you can't take any great giant takeaways from
one weekend.
From the first time out there.
Fidel also elite facial hair.
Elite facial hair.
100%.
It's up there. He has like a handlebar mustache.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's got like the one that little twirl on the mustache.
Raleigh fingers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Fidel. I see. Where's he from? Because we never mentioned him during recruiting or anything. Okay.
Well, see, that's the thing. He was a guy, T-Bob, like you said, like we didn't hear a ton about him in recruiting. A little bit of an under-the-radar guy, but if you're following the scrimmages like the last 2 or 3 weeks, Jay Johnson was like, hey, I got to keep an eye on his Uyoa out of the pen. Like he's gotten better and better. Here's your facial hair for you in case you wanted to see it. Just elite facial hair.
Let's go, dude.
But no, he had
I like
multiple.
it too because I actually could use a little more thickness, but our guy's about it, and so
Right.
he's just going for it anyway.
Oh, in a couple years, that thing's going to be thick. It's going to be luscious. It's going to be looking good. No, I mean, he's a guy. He had control of multiple pitches, and then, not a ton of wild pitches, if you will. Very high strike rate for him.
Great command.
He's only going to get better. I mean, he's a young guy on the staff throwing in his first weekend. You got to be excited about him, T-Bub.
I'm very excited about him.
It's always funny to look at stats after week 1. Right now, Cam Johnson has a 36 ERA.
Well, it's funny. We were talking about that. I was at the game Friday with a buddy of mine. And we were talking about it because it was VMI's pitcher Trey Morgan. And
he had 20.
He had like a 20. The next inning, he gets like 3 straight batters out. It dropped to 11. Yeah. Then the next inning, it went like back up to 25. So it's like ERAs are ridiculous after the first week. And then you'll have batters. You're like, this guy's batting 900. I'm like, but he went 7 for 8 opening weekend.
Look, more OTB when we get back, guys.
Wait, hold on. Why is it doing this?
More OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Yo, if you're in Livingston Parish, you're in Ascension Parish, I keep telling you guys, but you got to understand, when it comes to trash, you have a choice, okay? You do not have to be beholden to these national companies that don't really give a damn about you, that keep all the trash right here in state but take the profits elsewhere with them. If you're driving around Ascension, you're driving around Livingston, you see the red truck, you see the red cans. Taylor, I know you're seeing it more and more. Who were we talking to the other day? Somebody had a personal anecdote in here where a neighbor or something made the switch, right? To trash
somebody
Rangers?
I know on Facebook. They posted, they were asking, should I make the switch? And this was 40 or 50 comments in this Facebook post. All of them are like, I made the switch. I saved a ton of money.
You save money. It's an incredible service. We always mention that they text you ahead of time so you never get to bring your cans out. You go to trashsignup.com, and in just 3 minutes, you can choose your cans, your pickup days. You can pay online. And remember, like I said, the profits back into the community, your local churches, teams, everything else. Trash Rangers.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
And extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year than by taking your boat to the next level? Get the boat of your dreams, and that's where Front to Back comes into play. You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
IU Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $17,500 off new 23 1500 Bighorn trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $17,500 off new Ram 1500 trucks. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time to slip away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing, and
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, let's go to that question that was posed by O'Danny Girl. LSU, it was happening on Twitter Spaces, I guess. LSU, more of a...
LSU or football or baseball school?
Yes. Oh, more of a football or a baseball school?
I would say baseball.
Well, did you just have a stroke?
No, I was trying to think about animals that hibernate.
Bears.
And all I could think about is a bear, but then what else?
Groundhog?
I can't think of
I think a
anyone.
groundhog does. I think a groundhog actually does, which is how I got there originally. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like there's a lot of animals that hibernate, but we don't actually know.
Yeah.
Do alligators technically hibernate? Because when I'd be young and we'd be swimming in all them sketchy bayou cutoff waters, I just was always told, nah, dude, it's like, it's like January or like February. Like the alligators are just sleeping at the bottom. It's fine.
The wood frog does.
Okay.
The gray bat, the big brown bat.
Yep.
There's a couple of them.
Okay, so like, no, they don't. I don't think they do.
The European hedgehog.
The Omaha Zoo found 70 coins inside an alligator's stomach.
Get your ass to work. So 70 what?
70 coins inside an alligator's stomach at the Omaha Zoo.
How many fingers?
I don't know. They only found 70 coins.
How many fingers did you find inside yourself, Taylor? If we were to open you up.
Let's see. 2 usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? Baseball or football?
I would say baseball. 7 natties.
It's a now
7 to 4, right?
Again,
7 to 4.
It is kind of the
second most in NCAA.
Texas won.
Texas is third with 6, and then USC has 12.
So look, I get it. That's kind of the small brain, very basic. This number is bigger than the other number answer.
Yeah.
It's obviously a football school. It's obviously a football school, though, guys. What are we talking about here?
I agree with you 100%.
I didn't say anything. I haven't said my answer yet.
It's look, a lot of the LSU natties in the 90s are incredible, and they revolutionized the sport. But every national championship in football was won against a much harder playing field. Now, last year's national championship in baseball, that's the hardest road that you could possibly hoe ever, right? Yeah. But when you're winning natties in football in 03, 07, 19, that is, that's where all the money's going. That's what everybody's uber committed in, and you came out on top, and you got 2 Heismans recently. It's a football school. Hour 3 next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Join MMR and ignite your career today. MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, and they're seeking talented individuals to join their team. For over 3 decades, they've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, and they have offices all around the globe.
And MMR offers a tailored path for both professional and personal development, outstanding benefits, and a dynamic culture. So whether you're an intern, a seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, see what MMR can offer you. Apply at mmrgrp.com.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's Monday, 9 a.m. on February 19th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 63. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll start things off with weekend winners at 9 a.m. and then Devin Snow joins the show at 9:15. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch them at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB, hour number 3. Hope you're all having an excellent day. Right now, it's time for some weekend winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do.
What's that?
Win the whole thing.
All right, my first weekend winner, we mentioned it, but LSU softball going down to the Clearwater Invitational down there in Florida and keeping the winning ways going. Dominant performances, winning back-to-back ranked games in walk-off fashion, including beating top 10 Oklahoma State, and in doing so, gave Coach Beth Torina her 500th career win as the LSU softball coach. Absolutely incredible. 500 wins. I want to say now just 20 away from tying the all-time record, becoming LSU's, or 20-something, roughly 20-something, to become LSU's all-time wins leader in softball. So, huge shout-out for Coach Torina. This softball team is rock and rolling. They haven't released updated rankings on softball yet, have they?
No.
I'll try to look it up. But shout-out LSU softball. Massive weekend for the Tigers.
It certainly was that, and it's kind of where I'm going to start. Now I'm going to go LSU spring sports to start because you did have LSU softball go 3-0, including wins against number 22 and number 6. You had baseball go 3-0. You had gymnastics with a win against number 12 Auburn. You had LSU basketball with a huge upset against South Carolina, 64-63, and also women's golf shot a 5-under first round in the Moon Golf Invitational. Day 2 got canceled, but day 3 picks up again today. Actually, it was about an hour ago is when they started. So all sports right now are thriving. Women's basketball didn't play, but they'll play here today.
Today, yeah.
Today's their first time back, and they had a long layoff. So LSU spring sports going in the right direction.
I think tip-off at 5.
Yeah, I think so. Because when we call for Coach Mulkey, it's like, hey, y'all don't play for a long time.
Yeah.
It's 6 o'clock tip-off tonight.
6.
Yeah.
It's 5 if you're in Mountain Time.
That's true.
So technically she wasn't wrong.
You're right.
I wasn't wrong. My first weekend winner for today, new featherweight champion in the UFC, Ilya Tuporia gets the knockout over Volk. Round 2 knockout, 15-0.
Damn,
the
shout out to
new
Ilya.
era. Yeah, shout out to Ilya. He's from Spain as well, so got a Spanish champ in the house.
Where was Volk from?
Australia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it a good fight?
Yeah, it was a really good fight. Yeah,
Okay.
and then the fight before that was too. The co-main was a really good fight too. We had some good cards this weekend.
So would you say that fight fans were winners over the weekend?
Fight fans were winners over the weekend because Robert Whittaker got the win by decision in his fight over Paulo Costa.
There you go.
He and Gary won too.
I said there you go because I don't know anything. I have unfortunately
okay.
I have nothing. I have nothing to add, but it sounds
it's
like
really good.
Yes, okay. I'm very happy for all
I won
my
money
fight
too,
homies.
so.
Oh, look at Alondra. Now, did you perhaps have to wait? Let me check my sheet. I don't actually care where you won that money this week.
But I did. I did though.
Taylor, what about you? Give me your first weekend winner.
I
don't care what gambling service you used this week.
But it was that one.
Weekend winner. I'm going the UConn men's basketball team. They had a huge game. It was number 1 UConn against number 4 Marquette. It was kind of a toss-up. They were about a 6-point favorite. They won this game 81-53, and they dominated this. They were up by 20 at halftime. this was a team that, while they won the national title last year, Marquette knocked them out last year to win that conference tournament and the Big East championship ultimately. UConn ranked number 1 right now, and I know everyone says it's so hard to go back-to-back, but this team might actually be better than last year's team, even without Jordan Hawkins. They're playing well. They beat the number 4 team in the country by 28 points. So weekend winner, the UConn men's basketball team.
Hell yeah. I feel like you men's basketball fans, we getting pumped for March.
I'm excited.
Feels like it's in the air. Y'all getting excited?
I'm excited because there's not, outside of UConn, when they're fully healthy, they are the most dominant team in the country. Outside of that, it's a little bit of a wild card.
Okay.
Like Purdue just lost to Ohio State. Ohio State just fired their coach. Chris Holtmann gets fired, and Ohio State wins their first game after that. They were 13th in the Big Ten, and they beat the number 2 team in the country in Purdue. And so it's a little bit of a toss-up. And so I love toss-up seasons when it becomes March Madness.
Well, and to your point, like 2 weeks ago, everybody was talking about North Carolina being the best team in the country. They're all the way down to like 7 or 8, depending on which poll you look at. They have a tough stretch. I mean, they could lose 3 of their next 4. I don't think they will, but they're toss-up games. Duke's a little bit down this year. Kentucky's a little bit down this year. They're both solid teams. Kansas is inconsistent. Auburn looked like the best team in the SEC. They've struggled a little bit lately. And then South Carolina, everybody's like, hey, are they going to take the SEC? LSU just upset them in their house. So the parity in college basketball this year, I mean, it is wide open.
Okay, my next weekend winners, if you're like me and you love Lynn Rollins, I'll be damned if you weren't able to listen on the radio, maybe watch on TV or whatever. It felt so good to hear Lynn. I think it was Bear Jones that had the first of the weekend, right?
He did. Yeah.
Felt so good to hear pucker up and kiss that baby goodbye. And I cannot wait to hear more and more and more of it throughout the season. What's the other line that y'all said that you loved this weekend?
Paxton Kling had the diving catch, and he was like, Kling Kong out there in center.
He's just the absolute best, man.
He was also saying, ooh, baby, Uyoa, whenever Uyoa was pitching.
Oh, no way. Yeah. Oh, baby, Uyoa. And I love, because like one of the big problems with Nance and Romo, right, is that there appears to be a forced chemistry.
Yeah.
You're trying to convince
I don't know,
us.
Jim.
Yeah, like y'all are trying to convince us that you
Romo.
like each other, but we kind of know that you kind of don't like each other. Lynn and Ben love each other, and you can see it. At least from a professional standpoint, the chemistry that those two have, it's just absolutely fantastic. So
pretty good.
Shout out our guy Lynn Rollins, and weekend winners to all of us who are Lynn Rollins fans.
Pretty good treat to be able to have like a Ben McDonald on a random SEC Plus game because he loves the program. He wants to do it. I mean, this is somebody that does, major college baseball games, like the biggest college baseball games, and also, I mean, does Baltimore Orioles games.
I was about to say, like calls the
ton of them.
Is the main Orioles
so
guy.
He certainly doesn't have to do that, but he loves the program, and it's a treat for us to have Lynn and Ben on a random SEC Plus. Where no disrespect to anybody else, but a lot of times SEC Plus is not going to have.
I mean, bro, you went
like that.
You go and you listen to some of these other broadcasts, and it is just like it's not even close.
Right.
It's not even close. Sometimes you almost have to listen to these other announcers so you can realize what you actually have, so you don't take it for granted. Shout out Cajunomics as well. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone. What time's the game tonight?
1.
1?
1 or 2?
Wait, baseball?
Yeah.
It's 2 p.m.
2.
first pitch.
Okay.
I'm an hour early on all of them.
I'm looking
1
forward,
p.m. Mountain Time.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hanging out with the homies today.
Jake, do you have another one? Because I have one.
I do. I have a weekend winner. It goes to one of your co-hosts, AJ McCarron.
Oh, yeah?
He was with the Cincinnati Bengals, and he asked for his release because he wants to go back and play for the St. Louis Battlehawks in the UFL.
He's a Battlehawks legend,
That's pretty
dude.
cool. Now, would AJ make the team with the Bengals? We don't know. We have no idea, but still, he would have the opportunity. But he said, I want to go play, and that was his whole reason for going there in the first place. He wanted his kids to be able to see him actually play on the field, and so he asked for his release, and so he can go for another year, be the Battlehawks quarterback, which I think is pretty cool.
I know he's playing quarterback, so it's maybe not as much as other positions, but that man did a full XFL season into a full NFL season and is now rolling straight back into a full XFL season.
Let's go.
Bruh, that's tiring.
Yeah.
My old man talked about that when he did the USFL NFL transfer that year. He played in something. It was some insane number of 8 weeks only for an entire calendar year of not practicing and/or playing football. Shout out my guy AJ, the XFL's all-time leading passer. I was, so all my the family that my brother's married into, they're all from St. Louis. They're all big Battlehawks guys. Love the Blues and love the Battlehawks, dude. Screw the NFL. NFL left them behind.
Cardinals fans, I would assume.
Well, yeah, obviously.
You didn't say them, so it's not obvious.
Well,
you said the Blues and Battlehawks.
If you're from St. Louis, you are automatically a diehard Cardinals fan. That's just how it goes.
Do you know what the football team in St. Louis was before they were the Rams?
The Cardinals.
The Cardinals.
This is the
They had two St. Louis Cardinals.
That's what I'm saying. The NFL has lost them not once but twice, and I believe your uncle-in-law would have played for the Cardinals back in the day.
Katie's uncle, Pat Tilley. Yeah,
look at me.
He played 11 years. For
and
the
people
St. Louis
think
Cardinals.
I don't listen. Say I'm not thoughtful.
Eric Coryell was actually their coach.
Come at me, bro.
All right, I have one more.
Yep.
Parker Bird from East Carolina University.
Okay.
He's a baseball player.
That's cool.
Got in a boating accident 2 years ago and had to have his leg amputated. He had an at-bat this weekend and got a walk.
What?
Yeah. Amputated leg, had an at-bat. Walked.
Yeah.
On a 3-1
he can
pitch.
walk or he gotta walk, you're saying?
Both.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, he can walk because he has a prosthetic.
Let's go. Are we talking an Oscar Pistorius below
Yeah,
the knee
ting, ting.
prosthetic?
Yeah.
Okay, so if he comes up with a hit, he could beat it out to he could still beat it out to
Right.
first base.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But he
dude.
walked, so.
Was Daytona this weekend?
No,
That's actually today. It got postponed.
Weekend loser, I guess. It got postponed.
Yeah, the weather.
It actually.
That's why the softball got canceled.
They're
too. All
actually
of Florida.
firing it up right after the show. 10 a.m. is supposed to be when it starts.
10 a.m. Central.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Make
there
sure.
we go, dude. Crank it up.
Woo. All right, I got a weekend loser. We've been too nice up in here and complimentary. I got a weekend loser.
Love it.
Jake, I'm going to ask you this question because this is your favorite division in the NFL. What would you make? What was your overall, I guess, recap of Jimmy Garoppolo's performance this past season?
He was never really there. So like a Chris Angel performance, like you saw him and then you didn't.
Okay, well, apparently he actually cheated to perform that well. Jimmy Garoppolo has been suspended 2 games for violating the NFL's performance-enhancing substance policy.
I think we should allow those.
So
what would he have taken?
it says
Adderall?
Garoppolo used a prescribed medication without having a valid therapeutic use exemption from the league. He will not appeal this suspension, so he will miss the first 2 games of 2024.
It sounds like Adderall, right?
Feels like
Most
something like it.
likely. I mean,
Come on, dude, you can get it. It's so easy to get a prescription for whatever you want in the NFL.
Yeah.
And the team logs it, and it's logged forever, and they refill it for you. In fact, they leave it in your locker. Like, it's right there. Like, you have like a pill bin that they put it in. Like, what are you doing if it is,
I heard
fact,
back
that?
in the 80s there just used to be a just a bowl full of uppers and downers. There's just here's a bowl full of speed and here's a bowl full of pain meds, and you can just go gobble them things up. My heart would have exploded if I played football in the 80s.
Daytona is actually at 3 Central. 4 p.m. Eastern would be 3 Central, correct?
I'm starting to run into, I don't know if I trust any of y'all on whatever times you're giving me now. You
That
just
is
keep
from
throwing out
at
so
NASCAR.
many times. Dude.
That's from at NASCAR.
The Xfinity Series, which is the first race of Daytona,
And that'll
starts
have
at 10 a.m.
And that'll have Frankie Muniz.
Starts at 10 a.m.
And we're going for
so
Frankie.
the events start at 10 a.m. and then the official Daytona is after that. I have another weekend loser.
Yeah, give it to me.
Other than all of our ability to tell time, apparently. The NBA. We talked about it a little bit earlier. For months, they've been saying they want competitiveness in the All-Star game. They want to see a lot more defense. Adam Silver said, he wanted to see lower scoring All-Star games. Well, how's 211 to 186 Eastern Conference over Western Conference. So loser, I guess, Adam Silver, because he wanted more defense in the All-Star game.
The Steph Curry, Sabrina Askew 3-point contest seemed really tight.
It was pretty good. Yeah, he won 29-26.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She definitely having to go first, which
hot at first.
I'm a little surprised that you should. Yeah, I mean, I guess since Steph's the incumbent, you let him go last. That's a tough spot having to go first against Curry, and then he barely pulls it out.
I tell you what, though, like her competitiveness, like she was fired up. The rumor has it like she was getting in his face leading up to practice. Steph offered to shoot it from the women's 3-point line. She said, no, I want to go from the men's 3-point line. Yeah. So, like, she brought it. She had 26. That would have beaten most of the people.
It tied Dame Lillard,
who won the actual 3-point contest. So she brought it this weekend.
There you go. Shout out Sabrina, weekend winner.
I've got one more.
I can't believe there's not a winner from the dunk contest. That's a little disappointing.
No. Christian Pulisic is going to get a weekend winner. He came on the 46th minute. God, you always mess up his name. 46th minute for AC Milan. They were down 2-0, and he comes in. He gets an assist in the 64th minute. Then he scores the equalizer on a hell of a kick in the 88th minute. But then AC Milan gives up 2 goals in the 90th and 90th. 2 goals in the 90th. One was in extra time, like at the very end. And weekend loser for AC Milan, but weekend winner for Christian Pulisic.
We're like, Christian can't finish it.
Well, he actually did. His team just
win the game, Christian.
Didn't do a whole lot.
Sorry, I don't care about eyes. They care about we's, you know?
I don't know. You're a pretty big eye guy.
There's no me and team.
There actually is.
There actually is.
There is. That's true. When we get back, hold the mayo with spread lines. Keep it locked. OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Just like there's no you in squad. All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com. There's no I in team or Toyota. And that's because both are going to give you the team. You're going to join the team. And when you're on the team, everybody succeeds because we win as a team. And when you get with All-Star Toyota, if you're buying a new, maybe you need a Toyota certified used vehicle, just need a rent, you are going to win. Go see the service center today. All makes and models welcome. You mentioned OTB, the team. Jake, T-Bob, you get $100 towards that deductible. Service Center's the best. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.
AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com is the website. Everything available. No matter what your needs are, your family's needs are going to be met. Buying new, leasing, renting. Rent that vehicle today per day rental prices. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Brack, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to OTB. Hope you're having a great Monday, February 19, 2024. Roll right along. And right now, 9:15 on Mondays. You already know what it means. It's time to talk to our guy, Devin Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo, RB and R Day at Snow Like John. Dev, what's up, dude?
Yo, what's up? How we doing? I just read the chat, and you said your body's still hurting.
Yeah. I did not respect my body this weekend in more ways than one. Many different substances. About the only thing I didn't put into my body was sleep. But my pain in my voice today is nothing like alcohol-wise or anything. It's simply I'm just too old to wrestle with the boys like that, dude.
Hey, can we talk about the disrespect real quick on the All-Star game? Not the actual game itself, but the NBA celeb game. Like, it's time to put some respect on it. That stuff was fun to watch. To be honest with you, Micah Parsons had 37 and 16.
Micah Parsons was for 37 and 16. Sheesh, damn, dude, I didn't know that.
7 and 16. Puka Nacua dropped 16. CJ Stroud was at it. They even had Meta World Peace, Stephen A. and Lil Wayne on the coaching staff. 50 Cent was an assistant for Team Champ. Not a bad time. Not a bad watch, in my opinion.
Who was the most surprising? Because, you hear Micah Parsons ball, you're like, okay, yeah. Was there anybody that kind of shocked you with their ability?
Yeah, probably this dude, Dylan Wang.
Who?
Do you know that Dylan Wang? I'm about to look him up. I don't even know who he is.
No.
Looks like he might have played in like an HBO. I don't know. He's a Chinese actor. Looks like he was in a bunch of love stuff, bro. Like he's in some rom-com.
Oh, wow. He looks like he'd be a member of like BTS or something from a quick Google search.
Dude was whack. Dude was whack. Not even gonna lie.
Wait. So your biggest spread line of the weekend was let's put some respect on the NBA celebrity. I'm surprised. Okay.
No, that's just how I'm kicking open the door. My biggest spread line, to be honest with you, is probably to obtain crawfish at $6.45 a pound, boiled. Which in this economy is a deal right now.
So that's what I was going to ask. Is that actually a deal right now? $6.50 a pound is a good price.
Oh yeah, dude. I know dudes who are still paying 10 to 15. So
per pound,
yeah, $6.45 boiled is probably about as good as it's going to get right now. But it's dropping by the day.
Damn. Okay, I hope so, bro. How were the bugs though?
They were good. I mean, you had to go to Chalmette to get them, but it was just nice to get a deal the way I could pull the trigger. Because my body started feeling like withdrawals of crawfish.
Yeah,
like you could tell that crawfish weren't in my system at this time of the year, which my body had a problem with that.
Huh? It's almost like that's another win for our guy Puxatawny Phil. All of a sudden he shows up, and what shows up? Crawfish is $6.45 a pound. Okay, again, put some respect on the Hedgehog's name. What is he? He's a
I have no
he's a
clue what you're
gopher.
talking about.
He's
Yeah,
a
I don't
gopher,
know.
a groundhog.
Bro, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
What did you? I do know what I'm talking about. What is? And what I'm talking about? What do you think about the new NCAA teaser trailer?
I love it, man. I'm just ready to start the OTB Dynasty.
I agree. We need to get some sort of OTB league going. Like we said, we'll choose like a group of 5 squad. Everybody take a team. Have to figure it out.
I also think that they could be coming out with the NCAA basketball game too, because you saw in the trailer it said.
It's not the. Go ahead.
That's one thing I take away from the trailer. Like, the main impact it had for me was there was a lot of, like, subtle stuff. You had to look at some things. That's how trailers kind of are now. You know, GTA kind of did the same thing. Like, if you look at the thing that, I don't even know what they call it, but the thing that they shut down when they filming something, they, like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Before they film something, it's that movie-looking thing that they shut. I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It's the clapper. The clapper thing.
Yeah,
One that it's so you know like what scene when you're getting in the editing room, you're trying to file everything. Yes, it's just like scene 5, take 12.
Yeah. So like they got numbers on that could like symbolize like when it's coming out. The fact that he said that's not the only jersey we're making, that makes me think that they probably working on like NCAA basketball. Which was a fun game. That was a fun game.
NCAA basketball's alright. I took that as just meaning that like because he's building this EA Sports jersey that like we've been working on all the other jerseys but it could have a double meaning. I did like when they said let's address the Big Al in the room with obviously that's an elephant and kind of matching everyone head on that was saying the game's not coming out this summer. I liked seeing in that kind of same series where you saw the almost previs rough 3D modeling of the Notre Dame fans hitting the play like a champion. You saw the Florida head that they all go by. Because if there's one thing the NCAA has always been great about, even back in the day, it's been nailing the pageantry that makes college football so much different and so weird. And I feel like in today's technology and with everything riding on this game and with the runway, right? They've had multiple years to work on this. Normally you get 1 year if you're in these sports franchises. And that's a really tough timeline. With multiple years, I'm expecting them to nail the pageantry aspect of the game, Deb.
Well, my thing is, like, you showed me the slapping on the Notre Dame wall and all that stuff, and that's great. But like we had that in NCAA 2004.
Yes.
Man, I really hope they slap that wall better.
So I agree, but so it's like, so how do you? And that's where I don't know what the answer is, but I feel confident in them finding that answer. How do you improve upon that? Because it was already a great strength. How do you improve upon it, dude? I hope they bring back like the controller vibrating when it's like a big play and the screen starts to shake when you're in a hostile stadium. I
want a stadium to feel like the actual stadium though, and I think that's something that I've seen that's been a point of emphasis for them. Like you feel like you're in Death Valley when you're there, like you're at Kyle Field when you're there, Bryant-Denny, like wherever you're at, like you feel like you're not just like a generic stadium.
Yeah, and I think they did okay. I mean, they did some pretty bespoke cheers, right back in the day, like beyond just the fight song.
They did, yeah. No, they did. Like you could, and that's the thing though. Like it's been so long to where they just need to remember that these are the things that impact the game, right? Like so, like the crowd knows. Like if you go to LSU, like it should not be like an easy like experience. Like,
no,
it should be,
it should be tough.
Like the routes are jumbling up, everything. Like it should be crazy.
Even though, again, all of that didn't actually make it that much harder. So I wonder how you actually accomplish that.
I just want from the visuals too, though. Like I want it like if you have hedges, I want to see the hedges. Like
they'll have all that. I would
but I want it to be like a point of emphasis,
yes.
like how LSU has now, like the purple wall around their. I want a purple wall.
I would love a little Easter egg if you're like Auburn and you like beat Alabama or win a big game. They cut away and show a bunch of white women just disappearing into the hedges.
Exactly.
Just trying to jump the fence and then just falling and never being
where'd they
seen
go?
again.
We don't know.
Mail that one in.
They're still just living in those hedges somewhere. They feed them every week. They never found their way out. Dev, what else you got on spread lines this weekend, dude?
This morning, man, it was announced Jimmy Graham's going to be a part of a 4-member team rowing across the Arctic Ocean for 15 days nonstop.
What? Has anybody lived a better post-retirement life than Jimmy Graham? So he's a licensed pilot. He randomly decided, like, I can just play in the NFL again for a year.
Some touchdowns.
Just like I'll go score a couple touchdowns in the league, and now he's rowing across the Arctic.
Yeah, and I'm just worried, man, because like I'm all about it, bro. Like I want to find out what's underwater. I love the whole like adventuring thing. But, like, when it's Jimmy Graham doing it, a beloved saint, you start to worry. You just want to, just a little bit, because this is, 15 days on the Arctic Ocean sounds crazy. I don't even know what's going on out there, The
ocean sounds crazy. At the ocean, we were talking about this weekend. The ocean is the closest thing you have to space in that everything wants to kill you, and it's just absolutely inhospitable for human beings.
Exactly.
We don't really belong there at all.
Yeah, we don't know anything about it either. I could talk about this for an hour.
You want to know something crazy?
That we ain't found no pirate ships?
What you mean?
We only found 2 pirate ships, bro. They've been telling about pirates our whole lives. And we can't find no pirate ships.
What do you mean? We only found 2? That's it? Like 2 with like buried treasure on them and stuff?
2. One of them was like Blackbeards or something like that. No, ain't nobody found the treasure either. That's another thing. So don't get me started on that.
But we did just find some Spanish merchant ship not too long ago, right? That had a ton of gold on it. You correct?
Yeah. Yes. Like in Connecticut or something. I forget.
That's kind of mind. But that's because look, the ocean's huge. It's massive, dude. What do you? How are you supposed to find these things?
One dude thinks he found Amelia Earhart's plane, and he's spending his own money trying to get down there to confirm it.
Ooh, I've got a really good idea I was thinking about the other day. I was thinking about, like, what if we made, like, a submersible that was maybe, like, a little cheaper price point. You could fit, like, 4 to 5 people in there. I was looking at some...
T-Bob, they already did that.
I was talking to Logitech the other day. I think they got some controllers that we can maybe use. I think it could be big money.
Yeah.
We just need some seed funding. That's all we need is a little seed funding. And we'll go find the pirate ships ourselves.
Yeah, dude, let me know so I can send you a decline because, bro, that dude Stockton Rush, bro, I knew about that dude long before the Titanic thing. I knew that guy was up to no good.
Wait, just why? How so? How is Stockton Rush on your radar?
I've looked up the Titanic and any footage of it for like over a decade, like almost weekly. Like, I'm always looking for it, always looking to see it.
Have you seen the video of the old man talking about surviving the wreck and how when he dreams at night, he's just, like, immediately back there and it just never goes away?
Yeah, I don't think anybody is alive from the wreck anymore.
Damn.
I think that dude was one of the last ones, and they had a lady, too. But, it's crazy.
Okay, here's a very fun fact. How do you spell Arctic?
ARTIC.
Right?
Okay.
That's what I thought. No.
All right.
It's ARCTIC. Arctic.
Right.
It blows your freaking mind, dude. Learned that last year. I had no idea. No clue whatsoever, dude.
That is crazy.
I know. Crazy. And now you'll never forget it. Forget it.
Can't forget that C, that other C.
Wait, so Alondra is kind of our UFC representative here on the show, Dev. And she was mentioning the Volk fight. So Mark Zuckerberg walked out Volk?
Yeah. And Volk's song is Land Down Under. So it's such like a little jolly, little song. And you just see Zuckerberg just like bobbing his head to it, trying to like Volk's taking off his shirt to give it to his team before he goes in the octagon. And Zuckerberg's like trying to like relay the shirt to the trainer, like to make it look like he's doing something.
Yeah. Well,
it's painfully awkward.
Well, I mean, it's tough though, right? Because if you're Volk, of course, like Mark Zuckerberg says jump, I'm saying how high. I will do anything that Mark Zuckerberg wants me to do, but you're also really taken away from the intimidation factor of your corner when you have pasty. And I don't know, maybe Mark didn't look pasty. I haven't seen pictures, but having
he's looked for 25 years.
Yeah, so like kind of like the lizard robot look, right? It's tough to maintain the intimidation factor when that's in your corner.
They had another dude, Marab, who was fighting Henry Cejudo. He was like trying to choke out Henry Cejudo and looking at Mark Zuckerberg the whole time, like making faces to him, bro. Like, so Zuckerberg was like a big deal this whole event.
Well, I mean, think about it, bro. If you get in with Zuck, imagine what like the homies who are getting to do who go to train him, right? I mean, you are basically living like a king.
Oh yeah.
You're like the king's personal trainer at that point. All the money, all the boats, all the food, like whatever you want, the world is your oyster.
I feel like if I went to Mark Zuckerberg's house, like he'd have like unlimited finger sandwiches. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, no, I don't. I don't know, Dev, that I would have gone to unlimited sandwiches as the first thing that I would expect in Mark's house.
Yeah, it's just going to be like a bunch of finger sandwiches, like a weird fruit, probably like cantaloupe.
Dev walks into Zuckerberg's house. There's like a prototype robot that answers the door. Everything is like completely robotic and Dev's like, but hey, Mark, hey, where's the finger sandwiches at though? Hold on now. I thought we were where's all the sandwiches? Get out of here.
I would expect it, dude. I would expect it.
Okay, Mark looks actually. I'm watching a video of the come out now. Okay, looks a little awkward trying to grab the shirt for the handoff, but he looks good. I think he looks pretty good there, dude. Good on him.
Trust me, brother. I'd look good too if I had $700 billion or whatever he's got. I'd look real good.
Oh, I'd look fantastic. Yeah,
true.
Cool. Let me tell you something. I'd look real good.
Well, he trains.
I didn't know that. Yeah. He's
I'd be training too. That's another thing. I'd be training too. I'd be doing all that. Trust me. Yeah. If I had that money, I would have hit up a UFC fighter too and said, "Hey man, teach me how to knock somebody out or something."
Deb Snow, hold the mayo. Good luck in them sandwiches. Where are we going for RB&R Day today?
Your voice, man, it's hurt. I can feel the pain.
Whoa. No. Let's be clear. My voice is fine. My body does not feel great. Okay, my voice is fine.
Metairie bowling alley.
Shut up. Are you going to Metairie bowling alley for RB&R Day today?
I wish, man. I'm going to Moorpass. Is that how you say it? Moorpass?
I think Marpa.
Marpa? I don't know. Somewhere in the swamp, bro.
Hell yeah, dude. Good luck, bro. I look forward to watching the vid.
All right, y'all take care, man.
HTMsports.com/shop. If you go get that merch, the absolute best. Hold the mayo. Deb Snow. More OTB when we get back next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
K to Z window coverings. KTOZblinds.com. KTOZblinds.com. You want them window coverings that wow. You want K to Z. Been at it forever now, y'all. And it's all price points, okay? So if you are someone and this is like your starter home and you want to bring it to the next level, or if this is your forever home, your kind of dream home, right? And you want to maximize, well, K to Z is going to come in there. And when you have them in your home, what's going to blow you away is just the sheer amount of information that you're receiving. Like, I don't think you understand. It's not just aesthetics, it's function. It's not just interior, it's exterior, okay? And as always, the free installation. Check them out today. K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com.
We tell you every single day, like, they're going to know your space better than you know your space. They've done it for me, interior and exterior. Had them come out the other day. I mean, just quick, easy, simple process. They'll do it for you as well. K2ZBlinds.com, KTOZblinds.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
I've been doing business with Luber for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back, OTB.
There's some good old Lenny Kravitz in a long time. Guy doesn't age, by the way.
He looks good.
As always, looks the same.
Did y'all see the?
T-Bob looks like a cholo.
I was about to say I look either like that or do I look like
I lean like a cholo.
I look
Y'all
like I'm about
that?
to come.
You remember
No,
that?
am I allowed to say cholo? I don't know if I am.
I
think you're allowed to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
say it.
exactly.
Who
I don't know. I
cares?
don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm
It's
not
just
sure.
cholo.
I'm not Mexican. I don't know. I don't know if that's.
You can say it.
T-Bob, do you not know?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Who cares?
Well, I do know. I feel like I look like I became best friends with Morgan Freeman in jail, and then one day escaped and met him on a beach.
Whoa. Some of us have not seen that yet.
Okay, but Jake, you've had
seen that?
so much
So much time.
I think
there is the statute of limitations.
The statute of limitations
way
on
up
spoilers is gone.
No, Alondra, I guess it's before you got here. It's like my biggest
Shawshank
blind
spoiler.
spot.
Is Shawshank?
Yeah.
That is a pretty big blind spot.
I know. And I know everything that happens in it now
Yeah.
because, again, that was a joke.
Have you seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Freaking love that movie.
Yeah.
Great soundtrack.
Yeah, great soundtrack.
I am a man.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. I forgot. Somebody saying Arctic and Arctic are two different things. Is that true? Now I'm very confused. I don't know if that's true.
I don't
just
think
saw it
that's
in the
true.
chat.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I don't know, guys. Did anybody? I mean, besides dancing at a gay club over the weekend, I just don't have much that I.
Hey, are you
really
getting
got
ready
into.
for the Peak Pandas, or are y'all having another baseball season?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Have y'all
I'm
practiced?
sure.
Oh, you hadn't even practiced yet.
I don't know, dude. No,
It's already started.
No,
it's close to starting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
you're-
think.
but
I
you're
think,
in.
Look, I think practice is overrated. Oh, I meant to say this during Weekend Winners. Did y'all see Des Bryant, greatest saint of all time, the greatest saint that never was? You'd appreciate this, Jake. Des Bryant did a little 13-leg college basketball parlay. Okay, we're talking Pepperdine money line, Wyoming money line, Santa Clara money line, Colorado, Nevada, just a bunch of random degeneracy. He bet $767 on it.
Oh, now that's a little high for me. Your boy throws 25 on his crazy parlay.
And he won $417,000.
Dang.
Shout out our guy, Des Bryant. Still wish I could have seen him in that Saints uniform, dude. Do remember this, though, guys. If you are the type of person that is betting $800 basically on a 14-leg college basketball parlay, never be fooled into thinking that guy is actually winning. Because the only way you do that is if you are generally losing tons and tons and tons. Although that win, that's gonna make up for a lot here. Mm-hmm. That's gonna give you a little wiggle room for a while for sure.
Yeah, because you win one of those, then
yeah. That's a few more $700 bets you can make for sure. I'm just saying, if you firing off like that, you firing off a ton. It's like when the Keyshawn Boutte story broke, and everybody's like, "Oh, what? He actually had over like $1 million in winnings or something, right?" Yeah, but he also lost $70K overall.
Yeah.
So that's just the name of the game, dude. You're always coming in at like right under 50. All right. When we get back, let's go to close out the show. A little Ask the Bench. More to be next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Coleman Roofing and Construction. You want the most reliable, you want the most respected, the most complete roofing company in Louisiana. You want Coleman Roofing and Construction. They've been at it for over 40 years, y'all, and they're complete in so many different ways. Any type of roof that you need installed, any size of the project, be it commercial, be it residential, anywhere where you are hearing this, okay? Anywhere in Louisiana, anywhere in the entire Gulf South region, Coleman Roofing and Construction is there for you, and the construction part should tell you a lot. It's not just the roofs, they do the interiors as well. You have a tree fall on your home, they rebuild it all. In these recent storms, you got some rain leakage, some leakage, some water damage. Well, guess what? Not only they patch the roof, but the insulation, the drywall, they do it all. Coleman Roofing and Construction.
Yeah, you can go to that website. You can see exactly what T-Bob is talking about. We're talking about throughout the state of Louisiana as well, commercial and residential. ColemanRoof.com, ColemanRoof.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year than by taking your boat to the next level? Get the boat of your dreams, and that's where Front to Back comes into play. You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends April 30th, 2024.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Tanning, y'all. Welcome back. OTB. Hey, Alondra, somebody was asking for a, I think, were you running the music on Eagle up until the game on Saturday?
Yeah.
Somebody wanted a Spotify playlist earlier. They said
I don't have Spotify.
Apple Music team over there.
I can do an Apple Music playlist, but I don't have
Good
Spotify.
luck, person who was asking. I hope you're one of the 10 people with Apple Music.
Yeah,
if you
you're
are,
right.
you're gonna be
Apple
in
Music
luck.
that put on the halftime show this
Yeah.
year with Usher. They got 10 people that subscribe.
Apple Music gang.
Yeah.
Amazing what they can do with those 10 people.
Yeah.
I know. It's
I can send you a screenshot
It's almost
of it,
like
maybe.
Apple. It's almost like Apple would have a larger company of some sort, which to fund or pool something. But no, it's probably
If
you're right.
only.
It's probably just the. It's probably just the streaming service.
Like, just because you and a couple of people here have Spotify doesn't mean everybody only has Spotify.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm sure the numbers are on your side in this argument. Either way, I think we can agree Apple's a pretty big company, right? What they are not are the largest instrumentation and industrial contractors in the entire world. In the entire country. And you know who that is? That's our very good friends at the MMR Group. And that's why we are so excited to be teamed up with MMR here on OTB. And I keep telling you, man, listen, if you are just a young student, right, looking to ignite your career, maybe get that career, not a job. If you're a seasoned pro, maybe you're somebody who's just beginning. Well, MMR is seeking talented individuals to join the team for over 3 decades. They've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge. There's offices all over the globe. That's why I'm talking about all the adventures that go on throughout the entire planet. And they offer a tailored path for professional and personal development, which obviously, when combined with outstanding benefits, a dynamic culture where it is people first. Whether you're a student seeking an internship, beginning your career, or a seasoned pro, we got a variety of positions just for you. Build your future. Apply now at mmrgrp.com. Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cole Kersite, Vizzy Arts, Ultra Blue Moonlight Sky, Citrus Sweet. Who would you rather fight, Jared Jones, Hayden Travinsky, or Ethan Frey?
This is easy for me. Ethan Frey. Let's make this very clear. I don't stand a chance against any of them. They're all big. He has to fill out his body a little bit more than Jones and Travinsky. Jones and Travinsky are just huge. So I guess maybe the best chance, slight better chance against Ethan Frey.
Give me Jones.
Wait, like fight against them?
Yeah, like you are fighting them.
Give me Jones. It takes a bear to beat one.
Okay,
you know?
I like that.
And so I got
You
I got
are
that
a
on
bear.
lock. Thank you for explaining the joke, Taylor, just in case
You are
nobody
welcome,
got
sir.
It. Ask the Bench.
Maybe Travinsky.
Hey now. I too would fight Travinsky for a different reason. After Ask the Bench, after officially opening up and a small sample size, who has a better chance to win the Natty this season, softball or baseball?
It's too early for me to make a...
I mean, softball could not have been more perfect to start.
Extremely dominant, yeah.
I feel like softball's just harder to win the Natty in because in baseball you are closer to being like the Oklahoma of the sport, whereas softball will have to go through the Oklahomas of the sport.
Who's dominated like the last 10 plus years.
Yes. So softball has been awesome, perfect start, but it's good. That's still the tougher path.
That's a huge ranked win over Oklahoma State on Saturday.
Ask the Bench. Will Travis and Taylor get married?
No.
Nah.
No?
I'm not confident in it.
Yes.
You think so?
Yep.
Oh, God.
I'm going to say no.
A breakup after all that.
Yeah. I say
Just
yes.
feels.
You know, they both had their fun. If they're able to stay together in this spotlight,
I don't know if Travis is done having fun, though.
No, I think he is.
Ask the bench.
Travis knows the platform that he's on now.
How did T-Bob end up in a gay bar? I don't know, man.
Just free
dancing.
spirit.
Just dancing.
Yeah.
You know?
Just vibes.
Dancing, just vibing.
The vibes carried him there.
Hashtag ask the bench. That might be it for today's show. Cole Kurzite, visit our Blue Moonlight says it's sweet. We love you guys. Glad to be back. We'll see you tomorrow for a brand new episode of OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Taylor, what's your current favorite LSU player in any sport?
Any sport?
Yeah, hurry up.
Oh, Garrett Nussmeyer.
He's pretty young. Probably doesn't need to retrieve me yet. But maybe if you go with like a Drinsky or something, right? Somebody who maybe should start looking into it. Because
practiced ahead of time.
I don't care if he's 20, 30, 40, 50, male or female. Rejuve Medical can help you fight the untreated effects of aging, right? And they understand how your body ages. And it doesn't have to, like, you're allowed to do upkeep. You're allowed to engage in things that are going to make you feel better, whether it's HRT, semaglutide, give you more energy, rolling into bed, out of bed, just that confidence that you used to have when you were the proud young peacock, chest puffed out, the world is your oyster. Recapture that feeling with Rejuve Medical. Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to